All right, good afternoon, South Texas. You know, it has been a quiet start to the day, but man, have things changed big time. We have a lot of storms out there now as they're moving through. Check out over towards Kinney County. Let me turn this speaker down just real quick, guys. Check out over towards Kinney County and over towards Uvalde. We have some big thunderstorms that are making their way off to the east, and we've already had reports of large, damaging hail. I'm talking all the way up to even baseball-sized hail with some of these storms as they've made their way off towards the east at a pretty good pace, and they're holding together pretty well. These are going to be passing just that first storm passed just north of Uvalde, and that one was putting down baseball-sized hail. Now, this second storm, unfortunately, Uvalde, this one's heading your way. So you want to get your property into a safe spot as these storms move through. Again, this storm's making its way off towards the east. And let me get the speed on it from the National Weather Service. Has golf ball size hail with 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts moving east at about 30 miles per hour. So you can see it's nearly just over Uvalde now. I think that the larger hail is going to miss Uvalde maybe just off to the north, but I wouldn't be surprised if they still were impacted by some of that. So I see a lot of people saying hello. I've got Facebook up to be able to answer some of y'all's questions. Of course, we're live on YouTube, Facebook. We're live on the KENS 5 app, which is very important to have throughout tonight because it can give you updates on severe weather as these strong storms pass through. Also gives you a live look at the radar. So make sure you download that KENS 5 app. It can be very useful, especially when we have severe weather possible overnight. We also are live on KENS5.com. And of course, if there are tornado warnings or anything like that, which we do have the possibility for tonight, we will cut into programming on KENS 5. And of course, we'll continue to cover it right here in this same live stream, keeping you updated on all of our platforms. Weather Chief Bill Taylor is in house. I know a lot of people have been asking about that already. He's here. He's just covering some things for on air, and I'm covering things on the digital side. So we're going to keep you covered with multiple meteorologists on shift throughout this evening. So let's go ahead and get back to what I was talking about. The severe storms are already occurring in the region. We've had a lot of reports of lightning strikes all across the region, even way outside of where these thunderstorms actually are. Let me go ahead and actually bring up a special tool that I have here, guys, that can help me show a little bit more of what we're watching. And it's having a tough time popping up for me. Let me see here. Again, we have a lot of lightning strikes that are occurring even outside of these thunderstorms. Let's go ahead and pop this up. Looks like I'm having trouble with my data to pop up, actually, guys. But it's okay. We'll just continue to cover these storms. So you notice the lightning strikes starting to just pop up on the screen here as time goes along. These storms making their way off to the east at about 30 miles per hour. So Medina County, Uvalde County dealing with it now. They're going to be heading into Medina County. There's those lightning strikes. Data starting to pop back up again. You see all the way up even towards Bernie and into Kerrville. These storms are missing Kerrville to the south. Now, we do have some really interesting cloud formations up there towards Kerrville and Fredericksburg. Mammatus clouds being reported. That means that we have a lot of turbulence in the atmosphere due to these stronger storms that are nearby. So it looks very ominous right now up towards Kerrville and Fredericksburg. But these storms are missing you to the south. Here's the big problem that we have with these storms. That is hail. Hail is the biggest issue with these storms as they continue to make their way off towards the east, and something that we are watching very closely with these storms. So they're going to be approaching San Antonio here probably as we head throughout the next hour or two. Not saying that they're going to hold together, but it is possible that they do hold together and we end up seeing some large hail here in San Antonio. So a lot of heavy rain with this too. That's the only good side of this. We do need the rainfall, but we just wish we could get it without the possibility for severe weather to go along with it. So let me turn off a few other things. We're going to take a look at just hail itself, guys. Here's a look at what we are dealing with right now as far as the size is concerned. I've got to turn off a few things so we can get a proper query on these storms. See golf ball size hail there. Looks like it's going to pass just north of Uvalde itself. Hen egg size hail right there along US 83. Let me go ahead and zoom in just a little bit more to kind of show this off. Looks like Uvalde may take a direct hit from this larger hail off to the west. There it is right there, golf ball size hail, and it's kind of shifting off to the east there along 55, and we'll be heading off towards Highway 83. See your question about New Braunfels. New Braunfels, this is right now to your south and west. You don't really have to worry about this just yet, but you do have that possibility for a strong storm or two later on tonight, so you'll want to make sure you continue to keep a close eye on what we're going to be dealing with. So I got my special instrument up here to kind of give you a better look at what we have. Again, for some reason it wasn't popping up earlier. It was having a little bit of issues with the computer, but we're all good to go now. Pearsall, yeah, this is passing just off to your north at the moment. Nothing in the way of issues in Pearsall, so no issues there as of right now, but you do notice that storm starting to pop up just southwest of Eagle Pass. We'll have to watch that one closely to see where it heads off to. Let's hope that one misses you as well. So let's go ahead and get an idea on the path of these storms and how long it's going to take them to get to San Antonio. Getting some information on the timeline here. I'll go ahead and close this too. So this storm is going to be approaching the Lake Hills area. It looks like at about 6:57, approaching Helotes by about 7:04. So I think that speed is a little too fast. Let me see what is actually set up here for this one tool. Sometimes the timing can be a little bit more on the off side. Right now it says, let me get it set up based off of speed, because I do believe some of these numbers are just a little bit off, guys. That's set for if the storm was moving 45 miles per hour, but it is moving 30 miles per hour. So I'm going to change some data here. That way we can get a proper query on the storm. And here's a look at how fast this storm is moving now, when it will be arriving in San Antonio. So here's a better look at those timelines. 7:07 in Sabinal, 7:47 in Hondo. We could see this approach the Leon Valley area by about 8:26. So you see we have a lot of time. That's more what I was expecting. Those first numbers I felt like were a little bit too quick. And yeah, that was the problem. It wasn't showing the right timeline there. I see a question about Floresville. I don't think Floresville is in the line of fire right now for these storms. Actually, Floresville has a lower chance for severe weather tonight because as these storms continue to shift east, they are going to be weakening eventually, but not saying that they're not going to be able to keep their strength all the way to San Antonio. It's possible. I think they are going to keep their strength as they make their way through Medina County at least. So be ready for that. If you live in Hondo, these storms are heading your way. Let's take a look at when they'll be arriving at Alamo Heights, 8:45. So we are going to get heavy rain from these at least. Let's hope that the hail cores can calm down a little bit, though, as they continue to shift east, because we definitely don't want to deal with that. Let's take a look at hail in these storms at the moment. We took a look at this just a second ago, but I want to get another good look at it because this seems to be the big issue with these storms. We're not seeing as much in the way of issues with wind, but the bigger issue has been hail. Now, not saying that the wind isn't a problem at all. We do have some very strong winds with these storms, maybe up to 70 miles per hour, and that would be considered damaging wind. So the size of the hail that's headed towards downtown Uvalde is about hen egg size. That's pretty good size. That's definitely possible to do damage to your car, maybe to your roof, something that you definitely don't want moving through. So if you're in Uvalde, go ahead and get to a safe spot so that you're not out driving in this, because you definitely don't want to be out driving in it. We have golf ball size hail that looks like it's going to pass just north of Sabinal. And let's go ahead and zoom down into that area to give you a better look of where this storm is going to be headed. I'm going to give you a little bit more in the way of road names. So 127, this is going to pass just north of Sabinal along 127 there. 83 is getting hit by the golf ball size hail at the moment north of Uvalde. FM 1049 is going to be crossing there. They already have large hail moving across FM 1049 at the moment. See if there's any other roads. FM 187, 1796. All those roads, if you live along those or if you know anybody who lives along them, may want to give them a call and say, hey, go ahead and pull over or get to a safe spot where before these hailstorms make their way through. I wouldn't be traveling along Highway 90 right now. Not a lot of fun. A lot of hail in some spots, especially west of Uvalde. We also have a lot of heavy rain, a lot of frequent lightning. Lightning's even striking all the way up towards Kerrville, where these storms it's not even really impacting up there. They may have a little bit of rain, but that's about it. We actually have another severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued, and I want to show this off. This is until 7:45 for Valverde and Kinney counties. Now, this storm is going to be moving through the same area that has already taken 2 rounds of large hail. So even more large hail headed for the Laughlin Air Force Base area. So not good. Even more hail about to head through there when they've already had golf ball size hail move through that area. Brackettville has already had golf ball size hail. They're about to get hit by hail again, it looks like, from this storm. Hopefully it passes to their south, though. I see a question about Bernie. Bernie right now, no issues. You definitely have some ominous clouds above you. You likely have mammatus clouds, but these storms are to your south. So no issue in Bernie right now. Questions about San Antonio. Yes, these storms are headed towards San Antonio. Now, there's the possibility that they could weaken as they approach, but right now they are still holding their strength. If you're wondering, if you're worried about if they are going to hit San Antonio, don't worry. I'm not hopping off this stream anytime soon, guys. As long as we have a severe warning in place, I am going to be right here continuing to keep you updated on these storms as they move through. So even as these storms move through San Antonio, if they are still severe, if they are still putting down large hail, I'm going to be right here keeping you updated. So right now, no tornado warnings. That's the good news. And I'm going to check with the National Weather Service. I have a special way to keep in contact with them. And right now, no comments on any issues with a tornado or anything like that. No tornado warnings, just, again, damaging wind and large hail, the main issues. There has been a report of softball-sized hail near Concan, just southeast of there, rather. So that lets you know, yeah, very large hail, very serious situation, definitely stuff that you don't want to be out driving in. So again, please remember that. If you have any friends or family off in that direction, make sure that they are getting to where they need to be in a safe building that could hopefully handle some larger hail to that size. How are we looking in Valverde tonight as to severity? Let's go ahead and bring up let's go ahead and look at the timeline forward. So we've talked a little bit about the severe storms that we have right now. Let's talk about what we have moving forward through the rest of tonight, because I see a lot of questions about that. Notice the enhanced risk for severe weather, mainly into the hill country. That's where we have that higher risk for severe weather. Not a high risk, but a higher risk than other spots like San Antonio, which is under a slight risk. You kind of get the idea here. From the Storm Prediction Center, Norman, Oklahoma, they're the ones who outline these whole areas. You can get the idea that as storms shift east, or east, the camera kind of works the other way, shift east, they are going to be weakening as they head into Bexar County, and then as they head into Wilson County and over towards Gonzales County, they're going to be weakening. That's the good news. But the problem is they still could be strong enough to where they're putting down large hail and also strong wind. So I see the question about San Marcos. We do have a slight risk for severe weather in San Marcos. That's going to be later on tonight. And now that you've seen the severe weather outlook, let's also take a quick look at what the timeline looks like based off of future clouds and radar. Once we get to about 8 p.m. tonight, these storms looks like they're going to be trying to move across the I-35 corridor. And guys, honestly, this one weather model doesn't really pick up on what's happening right now as well. Something big in the weather world is is the weather model having good data initially. If it's not, then it's probably going to be wrong about what the future may hold. So I'm going to switch to a different weather model here because this one's not handling it as well. I'm going to put it on one of the weather models that we use for more short-range things, and that's called the HRRR. You may hear meteorologists talk about that one every once in a while. It's the High-Resolution Rapid Refresh Model. So I'm going to bring that up. It may be handling what's happening right now just a little bit better, and I would say it is. Now, this model does tend to overdo storm intensity sometimes, so just know that. It may look really intense on the model run here, but it may not be as that intense whenever it does move through. So pretty good initialization with the it is looking like it's a little bit behind on the timeline here, but you get the kind of idea where these storms are going to move. Kind of off to the east and then off to the northeast. Looks like parts of Bexar County could deal with some stronger storms there. We could still have strong storms and severe storms moving through the Uvalde area there by 11:30 p.m. So that lets you know this is not just going to be a short-term thing. We're going to have severe storms well into tonight. Even at 11:30, still severe storms moving through. And check out the hill country. Kerrville, Bernie, Fredericksburg. That's where we're going to continue to see these severe storms pass as we head throughout late tonight. Make sure you have a way to receive weather alerts throughout the evening because we still also have that possibility for a tornado warning or two, something that we're going to have to really keep a close eye on. Once we get to 1:30 a.m., still a few stronger to severe storms out there, but you see not as much activity, and it's not until we really get into around 5:30, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning when things really calm down and we see a lot less in the way of severe weather on radar, just a few lingering showers there for Thursday. So I see a lot of people coming in and asking different questions. I see the tornado watch for Bexar County, someone commenting about that. Yes, there is a tornado watch for Bexar County, and that's going to be continuing here until, I've forgotten the exact timeline on it. Let me check with the National Weather Service here. Let's see. The tornado watch is until 11 p.m. So we have a tornado watch until 11 p.m. for Bandera, Edwards, Kendall, Llano for areas further to the north. Real, Zavala, Blanco, Frio, Kerr, Maverick, Uvalde. You see the trend here, kind of off towards the hill country. Dimmitt, Gillespie, Kinney, Medina, and Val Verde counties all under that tornado watch. So another thing that we have to keep an eye out for with these storms is the fact that there could be tornadoes possible, but right now, just seeing the severe thunderstorms out there. Anything tough headed towards Nixon? The answer is probably not tonight. Nixon is further south and east of San Antonio, and they actually have a much lower chance for severe weather as we head throughout this evening. That's the good news. It is hailing in Uvalde. That's what Diana is saying. Diana, if you wouldn't mind telling us what size you're seeing there, I'm willing to bet that you have anywhere from golf ball to hen egg size hail right now falling in Uvalde. Definitely some serious thunderstorms right now moving through the county as a whole, but downtown especially seeing a pretty good storm move through. What about 1560 and Shanfield and 78254? Rose, you still could have some severe weather off your way. Again, if it's in Bexar County, yes, you do have a chance for strong storms. But right now, all the storms are west of Bexar County and headed off towards the east. Question about Helotes. The answer is right now, nothing severe there, but we do have severe storms to the west that are going to be moving towards Helotes over the next 45 minutes to the next hour. These storms are currently putting down large hail. So they could weaken as they shift east, but you need to get ready now. If you live in Bexar County, go ahead and get your property to a place where it's safe, and get yourself, more importantly, to a place where it's safe, because these storms are shifting east. If you live in Hondo, these storms are right on top of you. We have storms forming right on top of Hondo at this moment. Let's go ahead and take a look at lightning to go along with it. A lot of lightning out there. We already have a few lightning strikes there east of Hondo in Medina County. Notice the amount of lightning that's going on up towards Kerrville and into Kendall County, Kerr County and Kendall County as a whole. These lightning strikes are stretching way out from these thunderstorms. They're very intense, and that allows the lightning strikes to be able to really branch out. Check out Brady County. Not in Brady itself, but in Brady County, we have lightning strikes. Excuse me, that's not Brady County, that's Mason County. In Mason County, we have lightning strikes already occurring there just west of Llano County. So pretty intense thunderstorms. That's why you're seeing lightning strikes way out away from these storms. But again, the big issue, the severe thunderstorm warning until 7:15 for Kinney and Uvalde counties due to large hail that has been falling and is likely going to continue to fall as it makes its way into parts of Medina County. So let's look a little bit further off to the west. There's that next storm in Del Rio, headed into southern Val Verde County near Laughlin Air Force Base. Let me go ahead and put it back on hail. The big issue with that storm is also hail. And let's take a look at the size here of the hail. probably golf ball size hail. So another round of golf ball size hail for that area that has already taken 2 hits of golf ball size. These other 2 storms near Sabinal and Uvalde also producing golf ball size hail. Near Concan, they had reports of softball size, so that's been a big issue. Definitely something that we're going to continue to watch tonight. I think it's going to be the big issue with these storms are the hail cores that are associated with them. So guys, I've gotten logged out of my NWS chat account here. Let me log back in. It's how we continue to keep in contact with the National Weather Service. Feel free to ask me any questions that you may have. Are there active cloud-to-ground lightning strikes? The answer is yes. We have a lot of that. Babs says, headed to Uvalde now. Wish me luck, Babs. I strongly suggest not doing that. Very dangerous situation that you'll be putting yourself in. I would suggest waiting if you can, and just holding off, because you're going to really get your car destroyed by hail, and also dangerous situations with heavy rainfall. So I would suggest not doing that. Looking pretty yucky outside in Kerrville. Yeah. Getting louder. Should I not sleep with a CPAP tonight? Diane, I'm not sure. If a power outage is a concern with a CPAP machine, then you should not sleep with the CPAP if it's a concern. Because we could have power outages in Kerrville tonight. I think that's what you're trying to get at. But that is going to be a problem, and Kerrville is going to have the chance, while they're not seeing these 2 severe storms that are to the south, while they're not expected to be hit by those, there could be more storms tonight that move up towards Kerrville that can cause some issues. And if you're worried about power outages, then that is something that you should definitely keep an eye out for. All right, so I see a lot. Oh, you know what, guys? We just got a tornado warning. This is for Sabinal and making its way from parts of Uvalde County along Highway 90, going over towards Medina County. Hondo and Sabinal, you are both included in this tornado warning. And guys, we're going to go ahead and switch over to velocity, get an idea exactly where the possible tornado could be and who could be impacted by this. Guys, 1 second. And guys, I'm also keeping some people in the newsroom updated on this too. So if you hear me talking to them, just know that we're all kind of working together to keep everybody updated. So Jackson, this is a tornado warning. It includes both Uvalde County and Medina County until 7:30 p.m. And the storm is making its way. The possible tornado is moving east at 19 miles per hour. Or excuse me, moving east at 40 miles per hour. It's 19 miles west of Hondo. All right, so guys, this looks like the possible tornado could be just north of Highway 90, but I would not be on Highway 90 right now. Again, this storm could also be putting down a lot of large hail as well. Again, it's moving east at 40 miles per hour, so let's take a look at what communities are out ahead of this storm. I'm getting my proper speed on the storm, that way we can get the best possible look at it. So I'm including Castroville. I'm going all the way over to the Bexar County line just to give us a wide look at this. So areas that are out ahead of this include Hondo. This possible tornado could be approaching Hondo by about 7:38 p.m. Hondo High School at around 7:39. New Fountain at 7:45. Dunlay at 7:52. At 8:02, this storm will be arriving at Castroville, this possible tornado, and then Potranco Elementary School at 8:08. So you see that's way out there though. Castroville and Potranco not included in this tornado warning, but I'm just giving you a wider look at where this system may travel off to. That area of rotation that is in question is kind of located right through here. That's going to be where it is. And I'm trying to get a better look at what highway that is. That is 127, Texas Highway 127. And again, this is just north of Highway 90. But if you're in Sabinal or along Highway 90, go ahead and get to that interior room of your home. Go lowest floor, most interior room. Put as many walls between you and the outside. That way you can stay safe. Because that is where you want to be. You want to put as many walls between you and the outside. That way debris can be slowed down if the storm is being impacting your area. So, Hondo, this does include you. It's still a little bit of ways, but now's the time to go ahead and get in that safe spot. If you're home alone, or if you're just home in general, go ahead and turn up the TV or your phone all the way. And you'll continue to get updates and you'll continue to hear us in the other room. Right now, Weather Chief Bill Taylor is on KENS 5, giving an update on this tornado warning. We're both in-house. He's handling everything on TV. I'm handling everything here on the digital side. So, guys, again, we talked about that. We talked about the tornado watch that's in place and also how there's that possibility of us seeing a couple of tornadoes tonight. This is our first tornado warning of the evening. Now, I also want to mention the hail cores, because it's not just tornadoes that are a problem with these storms. We also have hail as a big issue. Like right now along 83, just north of Uvalde. We may be getting some really large hail just north of Uvalde at the moment. I'm thinking maybe even up towards baseball-size hail possible with that storm. Let's take a look. Yeah, hen egg-size hail, which is pretty big. Golf ball size hail, definitely a big issue in that area. Now, I see some questions. Kerrville, Blanco, what about us? What's going on for our area? What about San Antonio? Right now, no big issues in those spots. The big issues are into eastern Uvalde County and into central Medina County. So that's the big issues right now. And I'm going to bring back up radar to give a better look at this storm. If you're in Uvalde, you are not in a tornado warning at the moment. So you are still in a severe thunderstorm warning, but not the tornado warning itself. Again, these storms are moving east at about 40 miles per hour, so it's a pretty quick pace there. And that's why you need to be in that safe spot as quickly as you can get there. So I'm trying to get the radar to loop here. It looks like something has happened with the data. I think I'm picking up a different radar site. It's kind of lagging behind a little bit, but you see where that possible tornado is. It's kind of just northwest of Sabinal and then continuing its way off towards the east. Let's see if I can get lightning turn off here. You see a lot of lightning associated with these storms here. That's definitely been a big issue as well as these storms have moved through. Where's the tornado warning? Felicia wants to know. The answer is just west of Hondo. That's where the possible tornado is. It's going to continue to shift its way off to the east and move towards Hondo. If you have family and friends in Hondo, go ahead and give them a call. Let them know that you have the that they're in a tornado warning, and make sure that they understand, they need to go ahead and get to their safe spot because we want to make sure that everyone stays safe. Now, I saw that's great that you have Bill on TV and you are online because our direct TV goes out in the rain. Yeah, no problem. Ashley, that's what we're here to do. We're here to keep everybody updated throughout the event. And we're going to continue to do that again all throughout tonight. We're going to be here probably until 4 or 5 a.m. Remember, this is going to be an all-night type thing. Now, I want to zoom out. See a lot of people asking, where is this tornado warning? And again, it is in Uvalde County, this tornado warned storm, moving into Medina County, right there just along Highway 90. Someone said that earlier that they were going to be driving on Highway 90 towards Uvalde. Don't. Again, that's a really bad idea. We have the possible tornado on the ground right there east of Uvalde and into Medina County. Now let's see what the National Weather Service is saying about this. No confirmed tornado at this point, but certainly enough evidence for the warning. That's a radar indicated tornado, which means that looking at radar, conditions are favorable. It looks like a tornado could form and or could already be formed on the ground and making its way off towards the east. And again, that's a quick storm. Don't go outside and try to take a photo of this. You know, a lot of people like to go outside and try to get video of the storm, but this is not those kind of storms to do that, especially whenever it's happening at night. When we have severe storms moving through at night, you're not going to be able to see it anyway. Not only could the system be rain wrapped because of how much moisture we have in the air right now and how wet it is, but also you're not going to see it because it's dark outside. So don't try to go outside and get any shots of this or any video of it. Stay inside, get to that safe place. It's just not worth it, guys. I see Michaela is saying that there's golf ball size currently. That's right. In some of these storms, we do have golf ball size in Uvalde County at the moment, north of Highway 90 and making their way into Medina County. Yeah. Is the tornado coming towards Von Ormy? The answer is no. It looks like it's going to miss you just off to the north as of right now, but again, there could be more storms later on tonight that we have to keep a close eye out for. Hail and Bernie at all tonight? And the answer is yes, Lindsay, it is possible. Something we're going to have to continue to keep a close eye out for is the possibility for hail and Bernie tonight. Let's take a look at where these hail cores are at right now. Again, that has been the big story so far, is the size of the hail that they've had in Uvalde, Brackettville, stretching on over to Del Rio. Definitely had some very large hail reports. And let's go ahead and look at these local storm reports to get an idea how big this hail has actually been. Over towards Del Rio, had hail at about 3 inches in size. That's huge, near Laughlin Air Force Base. There on Highway 55, 2.8 inch size hail. So, you know, pretty good size hail. Everywhere we're looking, 1.8 up towards Concan. Definitely hail that could put down a lot of damage and be a big issue. How does it look in the Converse area? Right now, no issues in the Converse area, but definitely probably looking at some ominous skies. Let's see here. Will San Antonio get a tornado warning? Ben, it is possible tonight, right now. No tornado warnings, no warnings at all for San Antonio. But, you know, we do have that tornado watch out there that we're going to be keeping a close eye on. And I'm actually going to go ahead and bring that up, guys. I got to get down to another graphic here in order to snag that. And right now, this one graphic is saying severe thunderstorm watch because some things we actually have to update within the system ourselves. So let me go ahead and update this to say the right information, guys. Again, we wear a lot of hats, but this is a tornado watch, not a severe thunderstorm watch. And that area shaded in red, that would be that tornado warning. Again, this severe thunderstorm watch, or the tornado watch, excuse me, is until 11 p.m. You see it includes Atascosa County, Wilson County, Comal County. It also is, it includes Guadalupe County. So all those counties that are shaded in yellow under the tornado watch and have the possibility for a tornado warning later on tonight. So that's what we're watching for as we head throughout this evening. So let's go ahead and bring back up radar because that's really the meat and potatoes of what we're dealing with right now. You want to see what's actually happening out there. Valverde County definitely has taken the brunt of these storms so far, as well as Kinney County, and now Uvalde County has had some of the more intense storms move through. We do have the current tornado warning in Medina County and Uvalde County as this storm continues to shift off to the east. And for some reason, my data is, it looks like it's lagging a little bit behind. But guys, I'm going to say that this tornado is, the tornado warning itself is actually east of Sabinal and moving into the Hondo area. But I can tell that my data seems to be lagging behind just a little bit here for some reason. And let me bring up one other thing, guys, see if I can get a better look at this storm. Yeah, guys, this tornado warning is actually crossing the line for Medina County and Uvalde County at this moment. So this is just northeast of Sabinal. I'm going to circle where this actually is. For some reason, we have a lag in our data on our system. And I'm going to draw exactly where I'm seeing this rotation and this possible tornado. It's actually right here, guys. And this is going to be moving off to the east, and it's getting a lot closer to Hondo. So the radar data, for some reason, again, is a little behind. I'm not sure why. Even though it's trying to say that it is up to date, it is not. And let's go ahead and draw out where this is headed towards and a timeline for y'all. All right, so Hondo, this is going to be where you're at about 7:40 p.m. So 30 minutes or less, this system is going to arrive where you're at, this possible tornado. I think it is going to move right through Hondo. We can't confirm that there's a tornado on the ground at this moment, but conditions are favorable. Hondo High School at 7:41, by New Fountain by 7:48, Murphy School at 7:50. If you live in these areas or you know where they are or you're nearby them, go ahead and get to that safe place right now. Let me go ahead and zoom back down, give you some road names out ahead of this. So FM 1796. This system is going to be moving just north of Highway 90 at FM 1796. We also have another road right here. This is, or excuse me, no, that is the severe thunderstorm warning line. So right now it's just past east of 127 and north of Sabinal, and continuing to shift to the east. Yeah, you see that drop in data, guys. Let me try to work something out, see if I can get this to show me proper latest data. There we go. I've just got to switch to a different radar source. So there's where the actual rotation is. You can kind of see a little bit of a kidney bean shape to this storm right here. That's where it is. And again, this is shifting off to the east at about 40 miles per hour, so pretty quick. It's going to be on Hondo's doorstep pretty soon. So if you're in Hondo, go ahead and get to that safe place. So I see a question, how big is it? The answer is, there's no way to confirm how big the possible tornado could actually be. Again, we don't typically rate how strong tornadoes are or how large they are until it's after the tornado has already passed through, because especially at night, it's important not to look at it. So someone's saying it's been spotted on the ground, watching it, so somebody may have actually seen this 2 miles outside of Sabinal to the north. That is actually exactly where we're looking, guys. That would be exactly where it would be traveling. Again, it is still north of Highway 90, but if you're along Highway 90, I would not be on the road. I would go ahead and get into a sturdy structure as quick as possible. I see a lot of questions about Converse and other places in Bexar County. Guys, right now there's no severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warnings for Bexar County. This is right now in Medina County and Uvalde County. We do have the possibility for strong to severe storms tonight in San Antonio, so please keep an update with the weather. Of course, guys, I'm not hopping off here anytime soon. I may be on here for hours keeping you updated, which I'm absolutely okay with. That's what I'm here to do. Feel free to continue to ask questions. That's what I'm here to do, answer your questions. And of course, Weather Chief Bill Taylor, he's on TV right now. I'm going to be live on online until everything is safe this evening. Ernest saying the storms look like they slowed down. They're still moving pretty quick, still about 30 miles per hour to the east. So is San Antonio estimated to get bad later? Should I rush home? Michaela, the answer is yes. You should probably go ahead and head home. No need to rush, no need to speed or anything. We still have some time before these storms arrive, but they are headed towards our way. So Michaela, I will go ahead and head home. And that goes for pretty much everybody. Get to where you're going to be for the rest of tonight, because these storms are going to be off and on throughout the evening, possibly even all the way through midnight. It's best to go ahead and get where you're going to be for the night. Hang out there for the rest of the evening, and when you wake up tomorrow morning, these storms are going to be out of the region. Let me see if I've got my old radar data back, and it doesn't look like it. Got a lot of drops and drop in data, so I'll keep it on this other platform here, which isn't as high definition, but well, at least let us know where this possible tornado could be. So it looks like it's still north of Highway 90, still moving north or to the east. It's going to be getting close to 173 here over the next 15 to 30 minutes. That's going to be just north of Hondo. If you're in Hondo, I'd go ahead and be in your safe spot, because it's going to be real close to you, close enough to where you should definitely still be worried about it. Is Goliad okay? The answer is yes. No issues down there. I think that the severe weather will miss you altogether tonight down towards Goliad. Natalia, Texas, you're okay right now too. Well, it hit 1604 in Potranco. The answer is it's possible, Barbara, but right now you're not under a severe weather alert there. You do have a tornado watch, but not a warning. It means that conditions are favorable for storms to form, and a tornado warning means that it could be happening right now or it's in the process of happening. So I always like to compare it to this. A watch is when you have the ingredients together to bake a cake. A warning is when you have a cake. It's already put together and made. So just think about it like that. Do you think New Braunfels will be fine? Daniel, the answer is right now you are, but these storms are shifting to the east, and you do have the chance for some strong to severe storms tonight. You are under that tornado watch as well. What about Castroville, Texas? And the answer is, you know, you're not under a tornado warning, but you are under a severe thunderstorm warning now in Castroville. This tornado warning could pass just to the north of Castroville. So this storm is headed your way. It does have large hail associated with it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the hail sizes. And honestly, guys, I'm not sure if I have a drop in hail data too. Let me see. It looks like I do have a drop in hail data. And guys, I think I know what the problem is. I think that we've lost the radar site in Del Rio. I'm willing to bet that's what the problem is. Let me switch something in my system here and turn that off. And that may actually help me get a better look at these storms. Got my phone here so I can see y'all's questions, but I got to move it over real quick, guys. That way I can have a better look at the system here. No, still dropping the data. Sorry, guys, just trying to get that fixed, but looks like we're going to be stuck with a little bit lower quality, but we can still see exactly where that rotation is. So it's still north of Highway 90 and still moving off to the east. Bab says power outage in some areas. Yeah, I believe it. Definitely possible with these storms. Now, it looks like we do have some large hail moving into the Sabinal area, the area where they just had the possible tornado move through. Looks like they're still dealing with the possibility for some large hail here. Now, I'm looking at Weather Chief Bill Taylor. He's still on TV. He's talking right now just about this tornado itself. So you can also watch his updates right now on KENS 5. He's making sure everyone can stay updated as well. The storm's going to be moving just north of Highway 90, that possible tornado. But stay off Highway 90 because this second storm behind it, while it doesn't have a tornado warning associated with it, it's still severe, and it definitely has the possibility to put down some large hail. I'm taking a look at velocity data, which lets us know where the rotation is if we do have a possible tornado. And it looks like our rotation has weakened a little bit, which is good. That's what we want to see. Again, on our system here, for some reason, I've got a lot of drop in data, and I'm not able to see it as well. But I've got it right here on my phone. I have another way of seeing this data, and I can tell you the rotation has weakened a lot. The tornado warning does still continue, though, for Hondo and Medina counties. Uvalde County, no longer under tornado warning. That tornado warning has actually expired. So Sabinal, it's not safe to come out right now. You're not under tornado warning, but you do have the possibility for large hail to move through your area. Let's see here. So we're getting reports of power flashes from this storm, and we've also had drops in CC values, which lets us know debris is possible within that tornado warning. So we really may have a tornado on the ground right here, guys, near Hondo. And now we do have an observed tornado. So in Medina County, at 7:21 p.m., a confirmed tornado was located over parts of Medina County there west of Hondo, near Hondo, and moving east at 45 miles per hour. So we have a confirmed tornado, guys, and that is going to be with this warning that is just north and west of Hondo. And guys, I'm going to try to reload this computer real quick to see if I can actually get it to show the proper data that we're trying to see here. So if you're just now joining us, we have a lot of strong to severe storms that are making their way through the region. We do have the severe thunderstorm warning that's in place for areas like Valverde County, Kinney County. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in parts of Uvalde and Medina counties. And then we also have a tornado warning for a confirmed tornado right now just west of Hondo. I'm reloading our system real quick. It only takes a second because I want to make sure that the most up-to-date radar data is coming in and we can keep you all updated on it. So that possible tornado is going to be right now probably about, let me get a good gauge here, 11 miles away from Hondo. And guys, I think it worked. Yep, I've got data back. So sorry about that brief upgrade, but for some reason I had a drop in data on my radar, but now we've got it back. So let's take a look at where that rotation is, and I want to show you all it right here on our system. So this is going to be it. I'm going to circle it right here. This is going to be moving right through Hondo. And Jackson, just so you know, it is a confirmed tornado now.
I'm talking magnitude now.
Gotcha. Okay, good. So meteorologist Megan Massey is communicating right now with our digital team to make sure they know as well. There's a look at the radar data. Again, we had a bit of a drop in our system, but now we've got everything back up and running for you again. So guys, this is going to be moving right through Hondo. That is a little bit of a concern, obviously. We don't want a tornado at all, but we definitely don't want it through a populated area. If you are in Hondo, you need to be in your safe spot right now. I'm talking an interior room, away from any exterior walls. You want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you're in a mobile home, you may have a really brief moment to run across the street to a sturdier structure. You don't need to be in a mobile home right now. That goes for anybody along Highway 90 from Hondo all the way to Castroville. Right now, Castroville, you're not included in a tornado warning, but you are going to have that possibility here. We may see this update and include you as we head throughout the next really even 10 minutes. So I want you to go ahead and get to that safe spot as soon as possible. Now, I want to look at something else, correlation coefficient values. Sometimes those can let us know exactly where a tornado could be. And I'm seeing if I can get it pulled up here on our system. And it's looking like I'm having a little bit of trouble finding it here. We just had a recent upgrade to our system. Oh, goodness, I accidentally keep clicking some other things. And guys, let me go ahead and pull back up Facebook. I'd actually signed out real quick just so I could get some things upgraded for us. If you're just now joining us, this is a tornado, a confirmed tornado, right now passing near Hondo and Castroville. Now I see that Castroville is now included in a new tornado warning that was just issued. So Castroville, I had just told you that we are going to have the possibility for a tornado yourself. And yes, now that does include you as well. That possible tornado right now approaching downtown Hondo. And let me go ahead and get the latest timing and speed up there for you. What communities could be impacted by this system next. So this is right now, Bexar County is not included in a tornado warning, but I want to let you know I am going to extend this into parts of Bexar County so you can know the timeline for this for you. So this possible or this confirmed tornado is heading along Highway 90 and will be in Hondo at 7:38. So we got about 10 minutes before this goes through Hondo. But parts of Hondo, that's downtown. Parts of Hondo probably already having impacts from this possible tornado, or from this confirmed tornado, excuse me. Hondo High School by 7:38. New Fountain by 7:45, that's between Hondo and Castroville. Dunlay by 7:50, Castroville by 7:59. And then once we get to around 8:04, Lacoste, Potranco Elementary School, that's going to be when it's approaching you. Now remember, you're not included in the tornado warning, but I am going to go ahead and extend this a little bit further to the east because I do want you to stay updated as well. So let's zoom out just a little bit. I want to give you a wider look at what else we're dealing with across the region. So we have the severe thunderstorm warning still over there towards Del Rio and Kinney County. And honestly, guys, that storm is looking a lot weaker. Let me bring up hail to see a look at it. Looks like we still could have severe hail, but definitely not as big of an issue with that storm back towards Kinney County and Valverde County. I am going to continue to keep you updated on that one. But guys, right now, the big hail producer, this storm right up here in Medina and Uvalde counties, big hail producer and also a serious thunderstorm. Remember, we have the tornado warning associated with it. So damaging winds, a damaging tornado. We have baseball-sized hail associated with this storm. This may end up being the storm of the day that we're stuck dealing with. Unfortunately, it is happening for us. We needed the rainfall, but we definitely didn't want to see the severe weather that could come along with it. Unfortunately, this is severe weather season here in South Texas. So, I see Elaine saying scary. Yeah, definitely a scary situation. This is going to be a tornado that passes right over Hondo. If you have family and friends in Hondo, please call them right now. Don't think, oh, I'm sure they're paying attention. Please call them and make sure they know to get to a safe place. We want to make sure everybody stays safe and informed. This is another thing that I want to make sure y'all know. This is moving east. It is moving towards San Antonio, but it's not necessarily going to hold together all the way to San Antonio. I want you to keep watching and stay informed, but it is possible it makes it to San Antonio. That's also what I want you to know. It's not definitely going to make it to us, but it is possible. So this is right now Medina County under that tornado warning. That confirmed tornado right now approaching the Hondo area. It's probably right over FM 1796. It's actually probably already passed there because this data is lagging behind by just about 2 minutes. FM 462 north, Castro Avenue. Castro Avenue is probably going to take a direct hit from this, guys. So if you know that road, if you live along it, this is going to hit you. County Road 443. I'm trying to zoom down as much as possible. Avenue M. These are some of the roads that this is going to be passing towards. Basically, if you're in downtown Hondo, that's where this is going to hit, guys. So, really bad situation. That little notch, that's going to be where it is. That little notch that you're seeing right here, that's going to be where the tornado is. So that's going to be shifting again off to the east. And passing especially, and unfortunately, that's the more populated side of Hondo, there on the north side. So not good situation. TDS on CC at least 3 miles wide. Take shelter now. Yeah, Luke, exactly. Yeah, definitely we have a confirmed tornado on the ground. We have CC values dropping, which lets us know there is debris in the air. So we have debris in the sky right now from this tornado. And this is going to be, again, passing just north there of Hondo, really into downtown. That's what I mean to say, into downtown, this tornado. Tornado still on the ground southeast or just west of Hondo and just near or just south of Highway 90. So that lets you know it's moving in right now. It's right there along Highway 90 and about to move into downtown. I'm seeing if there's any more information coming in. I'm not sure if there's any reports of damage. I'm trying to see. Yeah, damage on the road. Power flashes observed. That is in western parts of Medina County. We have damage confirmed. Power flashes being recorded. The tornado crossed the road 1 mile east-northeast of parts of western Medina County. Let's see here. Folks in Hondo need to shelter now. These are words from the National Weather Service. Tornado on the ground at Highway 90, just east of D'Hanis. So, any idea on how bad the tornado will be? Dean, honestly, it's likely a really bad tornado. If we have debris flying through the air and we're seeing drops in CC values, that lets us know it is a really bad tornado. It's definitely not something we want to ever see happen, and we especially don't want to see it happen to a highly populated area like right there in Hondo itself. I want to go ahead and bring up velocity again, guys. Hold up 1 second. There it is. So that's going to be where the tornado is. Let me go ahead and circle that for y'all right here. It looks like it has passed south of Highway 90, so there were some reports for that from the National Weather Service. It's going to be passing still through Hondo. So still a really bad situation, and then it's going to pass along 173, passing likely just either through Dunlay or just south of there, and then continuing its way off towards the east. So Castroville, you are still in the line of this. You need to be in that safe spot. I'm picking up a different radar site. If you see it bounce back and forth like that, you'll see a little bit of a bounce back and forth between the greens and the reds. I'm switching from the radar site in Bracketville to the radar site that's actually located closer to New Braunfels. And still seeing that rotation, guys, as this approaches Hondo, and likely has already passed through the Hondo area. I'm going to see if there's any new updates from the National Weather Service. Severe thunderstorm warning is still continuing for Kinney, Real, Uvalde counties. So that's going to be for that severe storm that's further on off to the west. Severe thunderstorm warning for Bandera and Medina counties. That's this system that we're looking at right now, or this storm. And right now, no severe thunderstorm warning for Uvalde. If you're in Uvalde itself, it's safe for you to go ahead and head outside. Still go ahead and if there's lightning, don't head outside, but it's safe for you to head back home. Maybe if you live in a mobile home and you are staying in someone else's house temporarily. Remember, we have the possibility for more storms later tonight, and you may have to move back to where you were at before. Just make sure you have a way to stay updated on the weather as we continue to watch these storms move through tonight. Here's a look at radar from a wider view. It's been a while since we've done that, so I want to give you another look. You see we still have more storms that are located there to our south and west of Uvalde and Hondo, down towards northern Maverick County. A few storms starting to develop, and they're going to move northeast. What about the tornado warning over Converse? Again, not seeing a tornado warning over the Converse area necessarily at this moment. We have one that's down towards Natalia, Lytle, Pearson, Castroville, Dunlay. That's going to be where the tornado actually could impact, really Castroville and Dunlay. Maybe even Natalia or Lytle. We're going to have to watch that closely if this system does try to drift a little bit more to the south. What size is the tornado, James? It's hard to tell. Honestly, it could be a large tornado. That's what a lot of the reports have been coming into the National Weather Service, and that's why we want everyone to go ahead and be in a safe spot. Tornado watch for the other counties? Yes, one. We do have a tornado watch for a few other counties. And I can go ahead and show you that tornado watch as well while I continue to answer some questions. We live in an apartment. How do we stay safe? Good question. Someone said, Willie said, lower floor in the stairwell. And Willie, that is a good option if it is an interior stairwell. If it's an exterior stairwell, don't go into the stairwell. Go introduce yourselves to your neighbors. I know it's an awkward time for coronavirus, but guys, you need to be in the lower floor inside. And that's a last-ditch scenario. If you know a building nearby where you can go inside and go find a safe place inside, go there. And that would be something that you would want to do early on. But if it's a more rushed situation, go make friends with your downstairs neighbors and try to get in their house and find an interior room with them. But do not be in that second or third floor. That is not where you want to be. So I want to bring back up radar again. Guys, we do have the severe thunderstorm warnings west of Medina County, but in Medina County itself, that is right now where we have the, oh goodness, my system keeps doing some crazy stuff on me. That's where we do have the tornado warning in place. So let's go ahead and take a look at that rotation again. I've got a glare on the screen, so I got to lean forward every once in a while. That rotation's still located right through here. It looks like it's passing just south of Hondo, but I bet Hondo is still being impacted by this tornado. How about San Antonio? Right now, nothing in San Antonio. We are watching this storm closely because obviously this storm is headed towards Bexar County. But right now, no issues in San Antonio. Taking a wider look, notice no severe warnings in Bexar County, but guys, that's going to change. I'm willing to bet that the National Weather Service over the next probably 5 to 10 minutes will issue a severe thunderstorm warning or possibly even extending this tornado warning into parts of Bexar County. So the latest thing from the National Weather Service, just talking about the severe thunderstorm warnings that we have out there at the moment. Again, hail has been the biggest issue with these storms so far until we've had this confirmed tornado moving from Sabinal to Hondo there along Highway 90. We're likely going to get a lot of reports of damage in. Right now, not seeing reports of damage from the tornadoes or the possible tornado, just seeing reports of the large hail in places like Sabinal, Uvalde, stretching west towards Brackettville, and then into parts of Del Rio. But we're probably not going to see reports of the tornado until possibly tomorrow, whenever the sun comes up and we can actually see the damage itself. I hope everybody's staying safe there in central Medina County. Remember, get to that interior room, away from any exterior walls. That's the safest place to be. Is it heading more southward, or could it turn northeast? Stacy, the answer is if it's headed east and southeast, it's likely going to continue that path. So that's kind of what it looks like. It looks like it's going kind of east and maybe a little bit of a southerly turn to it. I expect it to continue to move kind of in this direction. So I hope that answers your question. Now, it still could stay along Highway 90 and go more due east. Either way, if you're in that tornado polygon, we always like to say respect the polygon. If you're in a tornado warning in that red polygon, it doesn't matter if you're all the way up towards Medina Lake, where it looks like the tornado will pass well south of, or if you're there in very southeast corners of Medina County and you may think, well, the tornado's going to pass to my north. Doesn't matter. If you're in the red polygon, get to a safe place. That's what we want everybody to do. So I'm going to loop this, guys. That way y'all can get a good view of it. I live about 3 miles north of Highway 90, close to 211 and 90. Nicole, if you're asking about your area, I'm not 100% sure where 211 is. If you can give me a better description there, if that's in Medina County, you need to be in your safe spot. But if you're in Bexar County right now, not too much of an issue. South San Antonio, does that mean downtown? Right now, San Antonio is not in a warning. We don't have a severe thunderstorm warning. We don't have a tornado warning. We do have a watch in place for tornadoes tonight. That's why we have a warning now, because conditions were favorable. But we are going to be watching for that. Guys, this storm, here's the thing. This storm has a history of putting down baseball and softball size hail. It also has a history of a lot of lightning. It has a history of a lot of heavy rain. It also has a history of a tornado and still has a tornado on the ground. This storm is moving towards Bexar County. So get to your safe place. Get to where you need to be for the rest of the night. We're not under the tornado warning right now, but this storm is headed your way. Go ahead and get everything ready that you need to have ready if a tornado were to move into the county, or if large hail were to move into the county. Get everything set up now, because this storm is headed for Bexar County and will move into the San Antonio area. Hopefully, it weakens before that happens, but right now, it still has a lot of strength to it, and it's going to be passing pretty close to us. Let's take a look at the hail. It's been a while since we've looked at that. Still big hail, guys. Still putting down baseball-sized hail, likely there along Highway 90. And this is about to hit Castroville. I'm going to go ahead and put a timeline on this storm again, guys, for our friends in Castroville. If you're in Castroville, please go ahead and get to that safe spot, that most interior room, away from any windows, away from anything that could harm you. I always like to say put a helmet on. I know that sounds crazy. Guys, put a helmet on, because if any debris does come into the home, it helps you protect your head. And this is the most important thing that you can protect, guys. Guys and gals, protect your head and put on shoes. I grew up in Mississippi. There's a lot of tornadoes down there, and I'll tell you, you want to have shoes on if there's debris outside and you have to crawl out of your home or your structure that you're in. Make sure you're wearing shoes, put a helmet on, and make sure that you have food, medicine, anything that you may need in your safe room in your house whenever a tornado could possibly pass through. So let's go ahead and get the timeline on this. I said we were going to do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me pause this. And here's a look at the latest timeline on this storm. All right, so guys, there's a tornado warning that's about to come out for Bexar County. Meteorologist Megan Massey has been behind the scenes keeping updated with the National Weather Service. And, yep, they looks like they are they're getting ready to go ahead and issue that. So Bexar County is going to be issued a tornado warning here pretty soon, guys. Get ready for that. Just definitely something we're going to have to be dealing with here. So we'll see that pop across our screen in just a moment. So Helotes, this system is going to be approaching you. Let me go ahead and get this off the screen. Look at the timeline there in the top left corner. Dunlay by 7:53, 8:08. This system is going to be in Helotes. We're talking large hail possible in Helotes by 8:08 p.m. Leon Valley by 8:24. We're talking large hail, the possibility of a tornado to go along with it. San Antonio, 8:39. That's downtown San Antonio by 8:39, by the way. Edgewood Stadium by 8:46. Wolf Stadium by 8:27. Let's bump it back just a bit there. Live Oak by 8:56 and 9:05. This tornado-warned storm could be approaching the Schertz area. Let me go ahead and get this all off the screen. And let me see what the National Weather Service is saying, guys. So Bexar and Medina County now has or Bexar County does have a tornado warning. That's just for the very western portion. Oh. So very western portions of Bexar County are included in this tornado warning. We are included in it now, but it does not include San Antonio. Let me try to get, let me go ahead and turn off lightning here, guys, because sometimes I can overpower and make it look a little messy on the radar. But we do have lightning striking really far away from this storm, too. That's another concern. Check out Blanco County and into Comal County and into Hayes County. We have lightning strikes that far away from this storm. They aren't even, some spots aren't even close to this storm, but they're getting lightning strikes from it because it is such an intense thunderstorm. Guys, this thunderstorm is going to be a problem for San Antonio. I'm telling you that right now. If you're not where you need to be for the rest of the night, you need to get there right now, and you do not have a ton of time to do it. You know, in the next 30 minutes, if you're in San Antonio, you need to be where you're going to be for the rest of the night. I'm talking about get your car to where it needs to be, get yourself where it needs to be, because we'll have the possibility for a tornado. We have the possibility for very large hail that this storm is already producing, and this is going to be making its way right through the heart of Bexar County here. So something that is a little bit concerning, but of course we're going to continue to keep you updated. We can only hope that the storm will weaken as it gets closer. These storms are expected to weaken as they shift east, but don't consider that a guarantee. You know, it's still possible this storm is severe and possibly still has a tornado on the ground when it passes through Bexar County here. So I'm seeing reports of marble-sized hail between Hondo and Castroville. Brian, I hope you're staying safe right there. Please remember you're in a tornado warning right now. And Brian, just try to stay safe, man. Stay where you need to be. Lorraine says she is in Dunlay. Make sure you stay safe. That's where the tornado is basically moving through right now. Rhonda says, where's Bill Taylor? Rhonda, that is a good question. Right now, Bill Taylor is actually on TV. If you turn on KENS 5 right now, the CBS affiliate here in San Antonio and South Texas, you'll see Bill Taylor on TV right now giving an update. He's handling stuff on TV. I'm handling stuff behind the scenes here on our digital platforms to make sure everybody can stay updated on whatever platform you follow San Antonio or follow KENS 5 on. Oh. So I'm seeing Praise in San Antonio, watching from Central Florida. Helotes, questions from Stacy. Helotes, I don't think it's going to be impacted by the tornado, but I think you are going to get hail in Helotes here over the next possibly 30 minutes. Now, the good news is the larger hail, I think, is going to pass you to the south. But you still could get some fairly large hail. Let's take a look at the size of the hail that we have with this storm at the moment. We have a tennis ball size hail just northeast of Hondo. We have golf ball size hail, and that's what I think could happen at the largest in parts of Helotes. We may get golf ball size hail. That could damage your car. That's why this severe thunderstorm warning and tornado warning, I'm thinking, is going to get stretched further off to the east here in a moment by the National Weather Service, and it could continue to be a little bit of an issue. Brian wants to see rotation on the map. He's located there between Castroville and Hondo, and I want to go ahead and let him see that rotation, guys. So we're going to bump back up the rotation. Brian, here's a good look at it. Right now, it's looking like that rotation is located just south of Highway 90. This is where that confirmed tornado is, just south of Highway 90. But honestly, sometimes the data is showing it a little bit off-center. It could very well be right over Highway 90, either south or right over Highway 90, moving east towards Castroville. Is Bandera County safe? The answer is right now, yes, but you do have a lot of lightning, so make sure you just kind of hang out where you're at. You don't want to be outside in the heavy rain and lightning. How about New Braunfels? Rachel, right now, no issues in New Braunfels. Let's see here. I'm right now in the center of Hondo, nothing. That's good to hear. Good to hear that nothing's going on right now in the center of Hondo. I'm from Hondo. I live in Pearsall. Cynthia's saying. 151 in Wiseman. Right now, nothing there. But again, this system is moving off to the east and could impact you in the 151 Wiseman area. You see it's getting closer and closer, moving along Highway 90. But I think the tornado itself will pass south of you if you're along 151 in Wiseman. But you still could get large hail. We're talking maybe even tennis ball size hail for that part of Bexar County if this storm does stay as strong and continues to move off to the east. How long until it hits San Antonio and downtown? Now, I don't think the tornado is going to hit downtown. I think it's going to pass south. Right now, it looks like it will be traveling south and hitting southern Bexar County. If you are south of Highway 90 in Bexar County, I want you to go ahead and get ready to get to that safe spot. Right now, you're not under a tornado warning, but we may see this get extended further to the east and include your area. Let's talk a little bit about when this storm is going to start impacting downtown San Antonio and different communities in San Antonio. So this storm is going to be downtown at 8:38 p.m. So you see we still have about 30 to 40 minutes before that storm arrives into downtown San Antonio. Dunlay is right on your doorstep. 8:03 is going to be impacting Castroville. So just within the next 10 minutes, we're going to see this storm impact Castroville. Leon Valley by about 8:14. Castle Hills by 8:25. That could be where we see some large hail. Wolf Stadium, 8:28. 8:38, downtown San Antonio. We talked about that. Converse, you're on the map. We've had a lot of questions about Converse. I've told you over and over, like, nothing yet, nothing yet, nothing yet. But you're not under severe thunderstorm or tornado warning right now. But by the time we get to about 8:49, we could see a severe thunderstorm move through Converse. It's possible. So, friends in Converse, that's what it's looking like, around 8:39. Or 8:49, excuse me. And then China Grove by about 9:02. So this system, again, still a very strong storm. Still very possible that we have a tornado on the ground with this severe thunderstorm. We still have the large hail. Guys, I can guarantee you we have damaging hail in this storm right now. The tornado, we can only hope is not still on the ground, but that tornado warning is still in place because it still could be on the ground. And will continue to make its way off to the east. All right, so the National Weather Service, we keep in contact with them. Right now they're saying media, so talking about us. Please stress that this tornado is, as it moves into San Antonio, is likely wrapped and is getting dark. People do not need to be out trying to confirm the tornado. So they agree that this storm is moving into Bexar County and may still have a tornado on the ground. Here's the thing. The tornado warning is not issued into central Bexar County just yet. It is into parts of far west Bexar County, but San Antonio not under a tornado warning yet. But the National Weather Service is already wanting everybody to know, do not go out and try to videograph this or take a photography or get video of this possible tornado, because you're not going to see it. It's dark outside. Secondly, you're not going to be able to see it because it could be rain wrapped. We have a lot of moisture in the air, and there's going to be rain blocking you from being able to see it in the first place. There's nothing to photograph. There's nothing to get video of. Stay inside, stay safe, and be in that most interior room. If you know anybody in a mobile home in western Bexar County or in eastern Medina County, please tell them to get to their safe spot as fast as possible. Honestly, if you're in Castroville, it's pretty much you're pretty much running out of time. You're almost out of time completely. You need to get to a sturdy structure as fast as possible. Get to that most interior room, the lowest level of your home. That's going to be your safest spot. Put a helmet on, and like I said, put some shoes on. Because if your home does get damaged, you need to be able to walk out, and there could be all sorts of stuff on the ground like glass, nails, all sorts of things. Remember, it is not the tornado itself that kills and hurts people. It is the debris that is flying through the air. That's what we need to make sure everyone is protected from. That's why we say go into your most interior room of your home, because sometimes debris can get tossed at the walls and go through a wall. But if you have more walls between you and the outside, that debris is going to be a lot slower by the time it reaches you in the most interior room. So, let's see here. What's the difference between watches and warnings? The warning means that we do have something out there. A watch means that conditions are possible. I like to use this analogy. If I have ingredients to make a cake, I have a cake watch. If I have a cake, I have a cake warning. If I have a cake ready to eat, it's a cake warning. So if I have a tornado watch, conditions are favorable. If I have a tornado warning, tornado's happening. So that's what I like to use. It usually works as a better explainer for what those are. Is Uvalde clear right now? It's getting darker outside. Let's go ahead and take a look back towards our friends in Uvalde County and answer that question for you. We do have more storms off to your west. The good news is it looks like those are going to pass you to the north if you are in Uvalde itself. Parts of Uvalde County there, northwest of Uvalde, up Highway 55, they are going to be dealing with the storms. You do have more storms to your southwest. They are sub-severe, so not severe, but could be strong, but nothing severe there. So, hey, Andrew, can you cut into the storm and see how tall the cloud tops are, Brian? Yes, I can. So, I'm gonna do that later, actually, Brian, because we actually just got an update. The tornado warning now includes San Antonio. This does stretch into downtown San Antonio. Downtown San Antonio is under tornado warning, and you need to make sure you are in your safe spot. I'm going to go ahead and get the latest timeline on the storm, the speed of it. It is moving east at 35 miles per hour. This storm is capable of producing a tornado. It has history of a tornado that was reported on the ground when it was in western Medina County, and it is still moving its way there along Highway 90 and approaching Castroville. I want to go ahead and bring back up velocity again. Velocity again is wind speeds within the system. Lets us know where the possible tornado is. Green and those blues and purples that you're seeing, that's winds going towards the radar. The red is wind going away. So that lets us know that there's rotation within the thunderstorm. I'm going to go ahead and put everything in a pause real quick, guys, and I want to give you a closer look at some of the roads that are down here near Castroville that this possible tornado is going to be crossing. Now remember, this was confirmed earlier. It still could very well be on the ground. FM 1343, FM 471 South, they're near Dunlay and Castroville. That's going to be where this tornado is. I'm telling you, if you're on Highway 90, you really need to get to a safe spot. It looks like this rotation is south of Highway 90 in Castroville, but guys, this thing could take a little bit of a jog north pretty quick, and we could end up seeing this go into downtown Castroville. It's very important that you're in your safe spot. I want to make sure that everybody gets through tonight nice and safe, and we don't have any issues with anybody being hurt or any death. when we wake up in the morning, we find out that everyone's okay. That's what I want to see. But I do think we are going to have some damage to property from this system. I think we are going to have large hail. I think we have baseball-sized hail right now east of Hondo. I do believe that we still likely have a tornado on the ground with this storm as it travels along Highway 90. It is traveling towards Lacoste. Atascosa, not Atascosa County, but Atascosa, the town near Von Army. That is going to be where this possible tornado is heading towards. Palo Alto Heights, if you're in that area, get to your safe spot. Right now, this does look like it will pass south of Leon Valley, so not looking like it's going to be as much of an issue there. Calabria Road will likely be safer. Looking up towards the medical center, not an issue there. But downtown, you are included in the tornado warning, stretching even all the way over towards the AT&T Center. But it really does look like southwest portions of Bexar County, that's going to be where this tornado is headed to first, after it finishes passing through Medina County. So let's see this. Pleasanton, right now, not an issue in Pleasanton, Brianna, but definitely something we're going to watch out for. Just got the alert on my phone for the tornado. Juliet, good to hear. I'm glad you have a way to make sure you can stay informed. What about the SeaWorld area? And the answer is yes, you are included in the tornado warning. So make sure that you are in your safe spot. Go ahead and get there. Keep me up on the phone. And if you're watching Bill Taylor on TV right now, I always like to say, crank that TV up all the way and get to where you need to be. Wait for him to give you the all clear to come out and when it's all safe. And of course, guys, I'm not going anywhere. Like I said earlier, I'm not going to be signing off here anytime soon. Make sure that your friends and family, by the way, know that we have these updates going on Facebook, YouTube, KENS5.com, and on the KENS5 app. And I don't say that to advertise anything. I say that because people may lose power here as these tornadoes and severe storms are making their way through our region tonight. Make sure everything's powered up. Go ahead, if you're looking at your phone right now, look in that top right corner of the screen. Is it at full power? Plug it in right now. That way you can make sure that you continue to have power, because you may lose power here as we head throughout these next 30 minutes to 45 minutes as this possible tornado continues to move through. We may lose power, and you need to make sure that you continue to have ways to keep updated on this storm. You don't want your phone to die and you don't know what's going on outside. So let me continue to scroll down here, guys. What about more Texas? What about Natalia? Yeah, Natalia, this is kind of close to you. This is going to pass just to your north, I believe, if you're in Natalia. Lytle, I'd be in your safe spot. Cibolo, Texas, Alamo Ranch area. Alamo Ranch, this is going to be arriving closer to you a little bit later on. Right now, the main issues would be Castroville. If we don't have a tornado here, we at least have extremely strong winds that are damaging and could be a serious issue. I want to give us a wider look across the region. This is the only tornado warning we have in place right now, but we do have severe thunderstorm warnings for some other spots. You see severe thunderstorm warnings for Kinney and Uvalde counties, and then we also have the severe thunderstorm warning now that extends. Take a look at that severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued by the National Weather Service. This extends all the way up into Bernie, even, really kind of just on the edge of Bernie, and it extends all the way into the Canyon Lake area, down towards western Wilson County, northern Atascosa County, north of Pleasanton, that is. And that's going to be because this storm is pretty large. And anywhere you're seeing those oranges and reds, that could be where we're seeing some of that large damaging hail. Remember, the tornado is not the only issue with this storm. We've got some big hail. This was putting down baseball to tennis ball size hail earlier on. Could still be doing that there along Highway 90. Castroville, even if the tornado passes to your south, you are going to be dealing with some very large hail as the storm continues to shift east. Now, guys, I want to go ahead and draw this out again, where this system is headed to next, because that is going to be what I see a lot of questions coming in, and that's going to be what people want to really know. Where's this possible tornado going? This one that was actually confirmed earlier. We're not sure if it's still on the ground, but it was confirmed earlier, and is headed towards a very populated area right here into even parts of Bexar County. So still in Medina County, moving off to the east at about 35 miles per hour. Could be in Helotes. We could end up seeing some hail in Helotes, maybe even over the next 15 to 20 minutes. Helotes by 8:04, is what the screen is saying here. Not necessarily when you start seeing hail, but when the rain could start to really pick up. Leon Valley by 8:15. Now, Leon Valley, you're not included in the tornado warning, but you are included in the severe thunderstorm warning, and you still could get hail. Alamo Heights by 8:35. You see downtown San Antonio by 8:42. Shirts by 8:54. Shirts, you're on the edge of that severe thunderstorm warning. And then you see St. Hedwig there by the time we get to around 9:19. New Braunfels, you're not included in a warning right now, but this storm will be approaching you by about 9:09. Now, that is for the storm as a whole. I want to take a closer look at exactly where the rotation is and show you all that, guys. I want to show you exactly where this rotation is and where it's going to be headed off towards. So let's get a little bit closer to the storm for that. Let's go ahead and pop up our velocity data. That lets us know exactly where the rotation is, so we can get a very good idea of where this system could be headed. And let's take a quick look at, let me go put a pause again. A little bit right here. I'm going to bring it a little north and south. That way we can make sure everybody's as prepared as possible. So here's a look at the timeline. Lytle. This storm is going to be right on your doorstep at 8:08. Guys, if you're in Lytle, you need to be in your safe spot as quick as possible. I'm talking about go ahead and put a helmet on. Guys, get your kids' bike helmets. I'm not even kidding. Put the bike helmets on the kids. Make sure you have water. Make sure you have food with you. Make sure you're wearing shoes in case there is damage and you need to walk outside and you have to step maybe on glass or nails or wood, splintered wood. Sometimes that could be an issue whenever we have a tornado move through an area. You have to crawl out of where you are, and then you have to deal with some debris on the ground. Wear shoes, put a helmet on, make sure you're protected. Most interior room of your home, lowest floor. If you live in an apartment complex, go make friends with your downstairs neighbors. So Somerset, we're talking about 8:26 p.m. You still have about 20 minutes before this possible tornado arrives at your doorstep. San Antonio, downtown, 8:36. The Alamo Dome, 8:38. AT&T Center by 8:42. If I named any of those areas where you're at, you need to go ahead and get to that safe spot right now. Rose says, I don't have a helmet. Rose, if you don't have a helmet, you know, you could, I know this sounds crazy too, but you can honestly take a large pot out of the kitchen and put it over your head. And I know that sounds crazy, but you don't have to necessarily put it over your head right away. If your things start shaking outside and you start hearing the wind really pick up, maybe that's when you want to do that. And I'm not doing that to scare anybody, but guys, this is literally stuff that I learned growing up in Mississippi, where we had tornadoes all the time. It was an all the time thing. And this is just advice from somebody who's had to deal with a lot of tornadoes in his life. So go ahead and make sure that you're as safe as possible. Now, someone said pillows and blankets. Yes, that's a big one. I remember a lot of times when I was a kid sleeping in the hallway with a pillow and a blanket because we had tornado warnings outside. That's a great one. That way you can be comfortable. Be comfortable where you're going to be at, because you could end up being there for maybe 30 minutes to an hour. And then if there's damage outside, you may be there even longer. Make sure you have a charger where you're at, a way to charge your phone. Plug it into the wall. Make sure if you're joining us right now, look at that top right corner of your screen. How's my charge on my phone? Is it up all the way? Make sure you go ahead and crank up that TV too. Bill Taylor's on Ken's 5 right now. We're the CBS affiliate here in San Antonio. Be sure to go ahead and turn up that TV. You'll hear his updates too in the other room. Don't be necessarily in the room with the TV unless that is the most interior room that you have in your house. But crank that up in the other room and then go where you got to be. Let's see here. Hail everywhere? Yeah, Elisa, we do have hail in some spots. Let me go ahead and pop back up the hail product here. That way y'all can see a look at where we're dealing with it. Right now, it's in Castroville. This is moving east. The west side, the far west side, is going to get hail in San Antonio. Get your property to a safe spot. Get yourself to a safe spot too. I know a lot of people go drive up under bank overpasses and they go drive up under gas station overhangs and all sorts of stuff whenever we have hail move through. Guys, that sounds great, but if you park your car under there, know that there's a tornado warning too, and rush inside and get to that interior room. Because I know you're trying to protect your property, but also don't forget to protect yourself. Protect your property from the hail, but protect yourself from the possible tornado too. How big is the hail in Castroville? Let's answer that question. Let me go ahead and turn something off. That way we can get a proper query on the size of hail. Right now, hen egg size. Honestly, guys, it could be golf ball size to hen egg size. That's large enough to do damage to your vehicle, to your roof and spots. You may have some damage. And that doesn't mean that it isn't going to necessarily intensify. We've had this kind of get big and get small again. And let's go ahead and run it through the timeline. That way you can see how it kind of got large, where you see the oranges kind of cycled. They got really big there in western Medina County, and then it weakened again. It could very well strengthen again. We like to say these storms cycle. They actually do, where sometimes it looks like a tornado could strengthen or weaken, and hail can grow and get small again. So it's possible this storm could be cycling, and we could see large hail again there in southwestern portions of Bexar County. Now I want to bring back up velocity, because guys, honestly, this is the big story right now. We have a area of rotation that's going to be moving. It's right now in Castroville. Guys, remember how I said that if you're in Castroville, you need to be in your safe place, even though it looks like this rotation could be south of you? That's why I said it. The rotation actually took a jog to the north. I told you it could easily take a little jog to the north, and it did. It was south of Highway 90 there, and then it's kind of moved a little bit further to the north. Looks like it's passing right through downtown Castroville at the moment. That means that the possible tornado is going to be shifting east into Bexar County here in just a moment. And guys, I want to get a quick update from the National Weather Service. The tornado warning is continuing. Large hail still remains possible in the storm. Let's see here. So it looks like they are saying we are going to issue a severe thunderstorm warning for the to the west, to the southeast of Brackettville, as hail looks like it's increasing with that storm now. So we'll look at that in just a second. Circulation with the Bexar County storm has broadened, but the storm is still rotating. So broadening rotation, what does that mean? What are they talking about? The answer is the rotation isn't as tight, which means that we may have seen not the tornado possibly lift. It's possible, but right now, we're going with our gut saying it's possible that the tornado is still on the ground. But we want to continue to see rotation broaden. And I actually, that latest radar scan that you just saw hit your TV, I just saw that at the same time, of course, and I just saw that rotation broaden even more myself. That's what we want to see. But still, stay in that safe spot. Still very possible that we have a tornado associated with this storm. Starting to flash over by Blanco and West Avenue. Yeah, we have a lot of lightning associated with this storm as well. It's been a big issue. Will Pearsall get anything? The answer is it's possible later tonight, Cynthia. Right now, this storm is not an issue for you, though. What about Comal County? Parts of Comal County in a severe thunderstorm warning, and it is because of this storm. And I can go ahead and zoom out a little bit to give you a better look at it. Just give me 1 second. There's kind of a wider look. You see northern portions of the storm are going to be passing through New Braunfels and Comal County, and that could also bring a little bit of hail. Now, I don't think that the large hail is going to necessarily be in Comal County unless this storm does hold together and continue to shift east into New Braunfels. But it does look like it has weakened a little bit, the storm has at least. Let's hope that continues. Taking a look at Uvalde. Uvalde is under severe thunderstorm warning again. So this is going to be because we have the possibility of large hail associated with some of these storms. Not as big as the hail earlier, but you still could get $half size to maybe even up to golf ball size hail in some of those storms. And I'll go ahead and bring back up our hail product here. Here's a look at what we're seeing. Where you're seeing those dark blues, that's where you're on the threshold of damaging hail. You see the dark blues there northwest of Uvalde up Highway 55. Taking a look southwest, definitely a lot smaller hail core here in northeast Maverick County, but still maybe a little bit of hail there within that storm. Definitely the big problem storm where you're seeing the pink and the large area of dark blue. That's where we have the larger hail and the higher amounts of it. This is now into eastern Bexar County. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these roads out ahead of it. If you live off W.T. Montgomery, 1604 on the far west side, that's where we have large hail approaching. The Kellen Heights area, Wolf Stadium. Right now, could be seeing some hail already on Potranco Road. That's going to be large hail moving in there pretty soon. We could see up to maybe quarter to maybe even all the way up to golf ball size hail in that region. Southwest Loop 410. That's going to be where we see the hail move through again. So again, big issues right now are the tornado warning and the large hail that's going to be making its way into Bexar County. Let's see here. Getting a pretty good shower at 1604 in Gillibro. Yep, we're going to see that rain really pick up, and we may even see some hail in that exact spot here as we head throughout the next 10 to 15 minutes. Bandera County, question mark. I heard a bad storm is going to hit later, and yes, I do believe we are going to get a pretty good storm into Bandera County, probably maybe in the next hour or two. Right now, a lot of the storms are to your west and south. We do have one really strong storm south of Bandera County that's going to miss you to the south. It's going to move into Bexar County, but some of these severe thunderstorm warnings to your south and west, some of those could impact you a little later on tonight. We're going to watch that closely. What about Divine? All right, right now this tornado warning is north of you, and the stronger part of the storm is north of you. Now notice we do have a little small hail core just to your west. That could move through there. That's likely about quarter-size hail, sub-severe, or less than quarter-size rather, like pea-size hail, rather, that's what I meant to say. And that could move through your area. So you see the dark blue, that's quarter-size. Ping pong ball size is the purple, where we get to golf ball size, and that's the big issue right now in eastern Medina County. So, Floresville, tornado chances. Joaquin wants to know. The answer is not as high. You know, the chance for severe weather in Floresville is a lot lower. These storms are really going to weaken as they shift east, but it's not zero. It's definitely something that we're going to continue to keep a close eye on. And guys, I actually want to bring back up rotation on here just so we can get another look at it. It does look like this is turned north. You can see it in the most recent scans. Let me go ahead and draw it as it moves through for you. It's right there. Kind of looks like it was doing a southeast and then made a bit of a northeast turn at the end. That rotation right into Castroville now, right here. And looks like it's moving its way right there along Highway 90. So basically, if you live along Highway 90 from Hondo, well, Hondo, it's safe. You're safe to come out now in Hondo. The storm has passed you if you're watching us from there. But if you're in Castroville, and you're east along Highway 90, all the way to 410, even all the way to downtown San Antonio, you need to be in your safe spot. If you're in downtown, go ahead and get to a safe area. If you're high up in a building, find the lower floor. Find a safe spot in the building. What about St. Hedwig? This is still well west of you. Probably in about 45 minutes, you know, we'll see the possibility for stronger storms move to St. Hedwig. But right now, not too much of a concern for you. These storms are still well to your west, on the other side of Bexar County. What about a tornado in Helotes? Is there a possibility? The answer is not right now. So you're fine in Helotes. You're north of the tornado warning. You do have a severe thunderstorm warning. You may end up seeing some large hail in the Helotes area. But the largest of the hail, I think, is staying to your south, and the tornado warning is also to your south. So we just got a new update to the warning in from the National Weather Service. The National Weather Service is saying strong circulation continues on the tornado-warned storm near Castroville. The circulation is now rain-wrapped. So guys, we talked about that earlier. We talked about how this is a tornado that will likely be rain-wrapped. There's nothing to go out and see. There's nothing to take a photograph of. It's dark outside. It's rain-wrapped. You're not going to be able to get video of it. You're not going to be able to photograph it, so don't even try it. Go ahead and stay where it's safe. We also have an update from the National Weather Service saying hail core has now crossed into western Bexar County. 2 to 2.5 inch hail is still possible with this storm. And the storm is still moving now northeast at 25 miles per hour. So like I said, it was moving kind of east and southeast, and now it's moving northeast. So the National Weather Service also agrees that it looks like this tornado has turned a little bit more, that possible tornado rather, has turned a little bit more to the northeast. Now, it does look like the circulation has weakened a ton over the last couple of radar scans, but again, that doesn't mean that there isn't a tornado possible on the ground. North Atascosa County, Justin wants to know right now, Justin, North Atascosa County, not seeing really any big issues. Zooming out a little bit, you'll notice that you are included in the tornado warning in far north Atascosa County, but I can let you know now, this possible tornado will miss Atascosa County to the north. Even though the polygon stretches down into North Atascosa County, this will miss it to the north. Don't stop watching, though, because I'll let you know now, if you're in a tornado warning polygon, you need to be able to continue to stay updated until that polygon goes away. So stay with us, because I want to make sure we continue to keep you updated on this system. Mario says, I'm going to go take a picture of the NATO. Mario, again, there's no way to take a photo of it. There's no way to see it. It's rain wrapped. You're going to see a bunch of rain, and that's it. It's bad at 151 and 1604. Yeah, that's going to be a spot where we definitely have some really heavy rain and possibly some large hail approaching that area. Let's look at 151 and 1604. Right now, it looks like the largest of the hail is south of there. Basically, man, this is a Highway 90 storm all the way. It has been really causing a lot of issues along Highway 90, stretching all the way back to Uvalde, putting down big hail. Then through Hondo, then through Castroville. Also that possible tornado along with it, and we even had a confirmed tornado earlier west of Hondo itself. What about Leon Valley? The answer is maybe some small hail, a lot of heavy rain, wind's going to pick up, a lot of lightning. Expect that. Crazy wind and hail and thunder and lightning in Redbird Ranch on Potranco. Yeah, man, that's going to be a spot that really sees a destiny. That's where we're going to see the larger hail, I think, possibly move through as well. If I zoom down into that area, there's Potranco, and you see that larger hail just to your south. Here's a look at what that size is. Nickel to quarter size hail, pretty close to Potranco Road. And then you see ping pong to golf ball size hail just south of there, closer to Highway 90. So I want to bring up velocity again, guys, because honestly, that's just some of the most important information we're going to see. Man, ooh, that is good to see. That was a good ooh. Right now, that rotation has really weakened quickly right there over Castroville. And guys, let me tell you how important this is, that this rotation is weakening. That may go suit to what the entire storm is doing. The whole storm may also see some weakening right now, and let's hope that continues as this storm moves into Barrett County. Now still, if you're in the tornado warning polygon, I want you to stay in your safe spot. I'll let you know when it's safe to come out. Right now, I would say no. Stay in your safe area because the storm could be cycling. We could see it strengthen again. But right now, some significant weakening going on in this storm as it moves into parts of western Barrett County. Leon Valley, I've seen a lot of questions about Leon Valley. Again, heavy rain, probably seeing a lot of lightning up there. I'm sure that's why a lot of people are tuning in from Leon Valley. They're probably seeing the lightning, hearing the thunder, and wondering, man, what's going on outside? And the answer is, yeah, it's because the storm's getting closer and closer to you. A lot of heavy rain. You may see some hail, too, maybe some nickel-sized hail at most, and that's about it. You are under a severe thunderstorm warning, and the tornado warning will be passing Leon Valley to the south. So no worries there about the tornado, Leon Valley. We'll continue to keep you updated, though, in case things do change. So it looks like I just lost my screen there for a second. I'm not sure what's happening. It's kind of flashing in and out, but I can see that y'all can still see me on here. I think we're taking a few power hits here. And anybody in the newsroom, make sure you continue to save your stuff because we could have power outages here. So I want to make sure everyone can stay updated here too, guys. Hail on Marbach. Hey, if you could let us know, Melissa, how the size, that would be great. Some of the best reports that we can get are live reports from our viewers of what you're actually seeing. What about Balcones Heights for the tornado? The answer is not really an issue for you. It's going to be, I think, pretty much staying to your south. But if it does approach the Balcones Heights area, maybe in the next 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes, the good news is it continues to weaken. Let me see what the National Weather Service is actually saying. We love to keep in contact with them about what they're seeing with the storm, and I bet they see the same thing that we're seeing. Right now, the National Weather Service is seeing that there are spotter reports of power flashes just south of Castroville. That would tell us there's still a possible tornado there. Circulation in the process of occluding just east of Castroville. So they're also seeing that the rotation is weakening. So that's good. We want to see that continue. Let's hope that does continue and we see this possible tornado just go away completely, especially as it's approaching downtown. And man, we can only hope that things are okay for our friends and family down there in Castroville. So let's take a look at hail again. Oh man, guys, that's some big hail. Okay, so this is going to be 1604 and Highway 90. Let me go ahead and turn off a few things so we can get a good query on this. We got baseball-sized hail possible at Loop 1604 where it meets Highway 90. And guys, this is going to shift east, and this is going to head towards downtown. So let's go ahead and get a query on this and get an idea at where this hail core could be headed to. So Terrell Hills, looks like this will approach you by the time we get to about 8:56. Let's get some closer areas though. Westwood Village, this larger hail approaches you by 8:24. 8:27, Wolf Stadium, Edgewood Stadium by 8:32. 8:35 by Columbia Heights. 8:42 in downtown San Antonio. 8:49, the larger hail will arrive at AT&T Center. And then Salado Junction there at 8:55. Salado. You have to excuse me. I used to live up near the Temple area, and they pronounce everything Salado, not Salado. All right, I want to bring back up radar, guys. Get another look at this. Here's the heavy rain. It's arrived in the medical center. A lot of people in San Antonio right now hearing the heavy rain on the roof, likely trying to figure out what's going on. Probably hearing a lot of thunder, seeing a lot of lightning outside. We're hearing the rain here in the medical center. Again, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning with the possibility of large hail associated with it for all of Bexar County, pretty much until you get into the far east portions of Bexar County, that is. And then we have a tornado warning for southwest portions of Bexar County, but also stretching into downtown. Now, the rotation with that tornado warning has continued to weaken. That's the good news. And Johnny C. has mentioned something that we have not talked about really just yet. And Johnny, I'm glad you answered that. You asked that question. Will there be flooding? The answer is localized flooding is very possible with this storm. We're going to get a lot of heavy rain all at once, really hard soaking rain, and that is going to lead to localized flooding. I do not think it's going to be flooding in spots where we don't typically see it. I think it's going to be flooding in areas where it's more common. Parts of the Oakland Estates neighborhood will see flooding. In those low-lying areas, the Almost Basin, they're going to close some gates. I guarantee it. Spots where you typically see flooding, that's where we're going to see it. Quarter-size hail at Marbach. Thank you so much for that report, Hannah. Make sure you take those photos of hail. Guys, if it's safe to go outside, don't go outside if it's not safe. And if you're in that tornado warning, don't go outside. But if it is safe for you to go outside, get hail, and photograph it, then send it in to us at Kent's 5. Tag us on Twitter. Send it to us on Twitter. Send it in to Kent's 5. We want to see it. Send it to us. Comment it to us on Facebook. We want to get those photos, and we would love to share your photos with what we're seeing. Also, that helps us as meteorologists. It allows us to know what's verifying with what the radar is saying, and we can give people better alerts out ahead of this. So if you do see hail outside, tell me in the chat, because I'd love to report it to everybody what you're seeing and where we're seeing it. Well, this moves just south of Almost Park. Almost Park is going to see heavy rain, but the tornado warning itself will move south of there. Let me go ahead and pull up. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Let me see if they're saying anything else on chat. Sorry, guys. All right, so we have increased max hail size to baseball size on storms southwest of Uvalde. So that storm moving towards Uvalde looks like they could have some large hail as well. Occlusion has taken place, but we will remain with the tornado warning for the time being in case the storm cycles. That just came across the screen for the National Weather Service. So they've seen the same thing that we've seen. The rotation has pretty much collapsed, but these storms cycle. Remember, I talked about this earlier. I talked about how storms cycle, and sometimes the tornado warning will continue because the rotation could reform as it moves towards downtown. And if that happens, we want to make sure that we're still in our safe spot. So if you're still under that tornado warning, or you've heard us talk about it, make sure you stay in that safe spot because that rotation could reform. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of a break from this storm, guys, because we've spent a lot of time on it, and it's a good reason why we have, because it's such a serious storm. But we have other storms out there that are pretty serious. Uvalde is about to get hit. We just took a little bit of a power hit here at the station. I'm making sure that the Facebook Live is still up. It's about to get hit. And we just took a little bit of a power hit here at the station. And I'm making sure that the audio is still up, and yes, it is still working. All right, good stuff. So Uvalde into downtown. You're about to get hail again. You've already had multiple rounds of hail, and more hail is coming your way. That's going to be baseball-sized hail headed to downtown. If you're in Uvalde, stay where you're at. Don't try to go anywhere right now. You don't want to drive out there and end up in a bunch of hail. Same thing with areas just northwest of Sabinal. That's another spot where we could have large hail. We could have baseball-sized hail about to move into downtown Uvalde. And, man, we've got some serious hail in San Antonio. 1604 and Highway 90, 410 and Highway 90. Some really serious hail that's moving through at the moment. Guys, here's a look at what the size. Look at the color table there on the left side of your screen. We're talking about tennis ball-sized hail for a broad area. This is Kelland Heights. This is Wolf Stadium. Now, we already have power outages being reported across the region. If you're looking at your phone right now and you see that the power has gone down a lot, you've got 20% or less, you need to plug that phone in right now. This is not going to be the only round of storms. We're going to have more rounds of storms later on tonight. We have more storms behind it. And Jackson, have we had any reports of damage out towards Hondo? Have you heard anything?
Haven't heard anything, but we did just see a major power outage spike near SeaWorld.
Okay.
About 2,000 customers in that area affected by outages.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Jackson. So we have a large power outage in the SeaWorld area right now. If you're watching us live from the SeaWorld area, go ahead and let me know what you're seeing out in your in that part of town right now. Don't walk outside, but just tell me, what's happening where you're at. Is the power out? Do you hear hail outside? Stay inside, of course, because we do have that possible tornado that's still in the region, but definitely a serious storm making its way through San Antonio. One of the more serious storms that we've had in a while moving through. The Live Oak area. Right now, nothing in the way of an issue there in Live Oak, Emily. James wants to know about Lytle and Natalia. Right now, nothing too serious down your way. Honestly, the bad part of the storm is north of you and east. So Lytle and down into Natalia, you're fine right now. No big stresses. But to your north, in Hondo, Castroville, and headed into western Bexar County, that's where it's a little more serious. Just damage to cars in Hondo. Just got that report from Victoria and Manny Salazar. Thank you so much for that report. Anything in Seguin? Nothing right now, Hope. No big issues out there. Seeing a hailing here by SeaWorld Heavy by Christian. Christian, thank you for that report. I hope that you can walk outside and I really hope that you can walk outside and not see any damage. But guys, this is going to be one of those storms, big hail producer. So just get ready. This is one of those storms, and we're just going to be dealing with this here over the next 30 to 45 minutes. Getting hail and rain in Worm. Hail against my window near SeaWorld and Alamo Ranch. Over by San Antonio Airport, it's crazy outside. You got a lot of lightning out there. We are outside at 1604 near SeaWorld, and nothing but heavy rain right now. Good to hear that, Christine. Go ahead and head inside for me, though, okay? Because, again, we do have that tornado warning in place, and even though the rotation has really weakened, I want to make sure that everybody's in a safe spot right now. Still seeing that rotation weaken, by the way. We were just looking at that, and we just took another power hit here for a second. I'm going to make sure my sound is still working. Sometimes it can knock my sound out. And we just took another power hit. All right, good. So my sound is still working. That's very important. That way y'all can hear the important information that I have to say here. Repeating previous message about Alamo Ranch, heavy rain, a decent amount of lightning, but it's calmed down, hail around 1 inch, big. All right, excellent. Thank you so much for that report. What about Converse area? Again, right now, nothing in Converse. You're seeing a lot of lightning off to your west. A lot of heavy rain out there, too. This storm is going to be heading towards you, so just hold tight. It's not impacting you yet, but it will be impacting you here probably in about the next 30 minutes. Helotes off Hausman is really heavy rain. Victoria, do you happen to have hail there, too? I was wondering if the hail core has managed to stretch far enough up to impact Helotes. Right now, it looks like you're just getting rain by radar standards, but I would love to get a ground report there for Helotes. Bobby asking about Converse. Again, right now, nothing in Converse. You're fine where you're at. I can actually go zoom down over to where Converse is, and you'll notice that everything is pretty much to your west. So there's Converse. You see the light rain to heavy amounts of rain. And everything is pretty much to your west right now. Now, you are going to get this heavy rain. You are going to have the possibility for hail in Converse. But right now, it's to your west, and we can only hope that this is going to continue to weaken as it shifts east. If you're just now joining us and you may be wondering, hey, where's Bill? Bill is on TV right now on KENS 5, and you can watch him while you're also watching me here on our digital platforms. We're keeping you updated on every platform KENS 5 can reach you on, because we want to make sure everyone stays safe and updated on this. Victoria says, no hail, just lightning. Victoria, thank you so much for that report. That, of course, again, is in the Helotes area where she's bringing that report in from. Advice for drivers on the road. Yes, Dean gives great advice to Johnny. Go ahead and find find a place to pull over and get inside. Don't park under overpasses. If there is a tornado, that is not where you want to be. You don't want to be under an overpass. If you're trying to find shelter for your car, I know a lot of people do this. Hail is a big issue in Texas, and this is a lot of things Texans do. They'll park under a carport, or they'll park under a gas station awning. Leave your car and walk inside. Get inside, get to a safe place, wait for the storm to pass, then go get your car. But please be inside. Don't sit in your car when we have a tornado warning in place. Again, the rotation has weakened a lot, but we still have a tornado warning until 8:45. So for another 10, 11 minutes, we have a tornado warning in place for this storm as it continues to shift east there along 410, along Highway 90 towards 410 rather. So let's see here. I'm seeing what the National Weather Service has to say. The National Weather Service says the plan is to currently allow the tornado warning to expire at 8:45, assuming the trends continue where this rotation has weakened so much. Very large hail is still occurring. We are watching closely a weaker circulation that has developed just west of Lackland Air Force Base. And guys, I've kind of seen that too. Reports of hail quarter size over by SeaWorld. So let's see that rotation that's kind of closer on towards Lackland. It is very weak. I'm going to go ahead and circle it for y'all because it's kind of hard to see. It's so much weaker compared to that circulation that we saw earlier, which is good. We want weak circulation. But they're talking about right there. There's a little bit of a weak circulation there, right on 410 and Highway 90, and that's moving about north and east towards Wolf Stadium. Now, that's going to be the spot that we're watching right now for a possible tornado. So, let me run this forward. There's the old rotation. So it passed to the north and collapsed. But that secondary rotation, the reason why the tornado warning is still in place, is going to be for right there at Highway 90 and 410. No hail in Alamo Ranch. That is being reported by Robert. Robert, thank you so much. Advice for someone stuck out on the second floor of a duplex without access to the first floor. Lauren, my advice would be to go make friends with your downstairs neighbors. Either that or head to another place. Head to another building for safety. That's what I would say. Head to another building where it may be safer for you. That's what I would say. Still a warning. No tornadoes, someone's saying. The answer is there is still possibly a tornado. So when there's a warning, just know that there's a tornado that could be very possible. Conditions are more than right. They're happening. and you need to be in that safe spot. So there is still possibly a tornado associated with this storm. Please stay safe. Again, if there is one, it's going to be at Highway 90 and 410. That's where we're seeing the rotation right now. It is weak, but at Highway 90 and 410 is kind of closer to where we're seeing that rotation. Let me go ahead and bring back up radar, guys. Let me zoom out a little bit too, because honestly, we've been focusing a lot on this storm for good reason, but I want to make sure everybody can stay up to date where we have these other storms. Because we do have a big storm out towards Uvalde. We have another big storm in northeast Uvalde County heading into Medina County. Had a lot of people asking about Bandera County earlier on. Well, guess what? There's a storm just southwest of Bandera that's going to move into Bandera here over the next probably 15 to 30 minutes. And that's going to be a storm that we're going to watch closely. Now, the tornado warning has really been kind of zoned in now for that area that I was talking about, right at Highway 90 and 410, moving towards Wolf Stadium. This is going to include parts of downtown and all the way up into Alamo Heights. If you're in Alamo Heights, be in your safe spot. I want to know that you're in somewhere safe in case a tornado does form. Guys, this possible rotation is going to be right at Wolf Stadium. And guys, honestly, I'm going to really focus on this rotation now. It's weaker, but it could very well strengthen quickly like that last one did. I'm going to circle this, and I'm going to name a few roads. Hunt Lane, if you live on West Commerce Street. Calabria Road, located within the 410 loop. If you're on Calabria Road within the 410 loop, I want you to be in that interior room, away from any types of windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you live on Castroville Road within the 410 loop, if you're near Wolf Stadium, Woodlawn Avenue, West Woodlawn Avenue, there within the 410 loop, the Woodlawn Lake area, go ahead and get to that safe spot. North Zarzamora Street, and that's a little bit further away. This is pretty much right on top of 151, Highway 90, within the 410 loop. That area. Pin Road. Put a helmet on, guys. I know I say that, and I sometimes get giggles when I say that. People will laugh, rather. I say put a helmet on, but it's really important because you want to protect your head if there's any debris flying through the air. Put shoes on, because if you got to walk outside, you want to make sure that your feet are protected because there could be debris on the ground. Let's see here. So we live 10 minutes away from Castroville, and we were looking out because it was getting darker and darker with lightning, but the sky lit up in green. Can you explain why? It could be a lot of different things. Just light was bent, and it gave you the shade of green from the light being bent. That's going to be my best. 1604 Pontrenko. This already? The answer is no. You're likely still. Rotation, yes, is past you. 1604 rotation. Storm itself, maybe even still seeing. Worst of the hail cores moving out of your area now. Pretty good size hail. And the medical center area. I sigh a little bit because my car is sitting. A lot of other. Leon Valley, Balcones Heights. For the weekend as it continues to shift off to the east and north. Get some pretty. They lost me. I'm cutting in and out. What is I'm going to put it into chat that we're going to One second, guys. We're working on it. We're working on it.
But it is in a pretty populated area. Like here, let's go inside. Is going to be the top of the tornado warning, 410 down to 151. Okay, let's go in even tighter. And here's Park Mall, definitely getting hail. It could outside. We're not far from Callahan. Richland Hills Drive, Petranco, and 410 meeting up with 151. Wiseman Boulevard is behind the, let me just show you. This is, you can see the hail size key. I take the box out. So see where we were seeing that purple just a moment ago. We were in the range of ping pong to golf ball, you know. And some of the reports out west were as big as tennis ball size hail. Saw some damage pictures that were in the range of ping pong to golf ball, you know. And some of the reports out west.
All right, guys. We may be back up here. Sorry about that. Just like many of y'all, we have been taking power hits. It's been a bit of an issue here at the station. And one of the power hits impacted us. All right, guys. We may be back up here. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Sorry, guys. I'm listening to the audio to make sure we're up, too. So, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, we have power hits ourselves. It's causing a lot of issues. I'm going to go back to what I was talking about. We do have some larger hail that's going to impact Leon Valley, Balcones Heights, and up to Oakland Estates. Medical Center could be hit by this too. Here's the good news. That latest radar scan looks like the hail has weakened. Here's even better news. No more tornado warning for Bexar County. But we are not out of the woods just yet. We still have large hail that's moving through parts of Bexar County. But I can now tell you there is no more tornado warning for Bexar County. And no more tornado warning anywhere in South Texas. But we have multiple severe storms, and those can be seen, very clearly right now with the hail cores. You see that we have a hail core there in northeast portions of Uvalde County, moving into northwest Medina County. We have another hail core just south of Uvalde on Highway 83. And then we, of course, have a hail core that is weakening, and that makes me very happy myself because, again, this is going to be hitting us here at the station. My car's outside. This hail core is weakening, and it's down to about a quarter to ping pong ball size hail, which I still don't want, and a lot of us don't want. Right now on 410, 151, Highway 90, continuing to kind of drift to the northeast into Balcones Heights. If you live in Balcones Heights, you're about to get hail. Get ready for that. No more tornado warning, though. So, guys, again, sorry for the little bit of a technical difficulty there. We have a lot of lightning going around along the city. It's causing power outages for us here at the station, and it's causing a little bit of a technical difficulty behind the scenes for us, just like probably a lot of y'all are dealing with at home with power outages and power flashes. Just rained in Uvalde. Matthew, thank you so much for that report. Hail on 1604 in Bandera. Gia, if you don't mind telling us how large that hail is too, if it's safe for you to see how large it is. You know, if you don't want to go outside, I don't blame you. Don't go outside. Or if it seems unsafe outside, don't go outside. Please, stay safe. But, you know, I hope that the hail isn't too large. Let's see here. I almost left around 7:45 p.m. My sister talked me out of it. I live off 90 and 35, so I was freaked. Man, yeah, that would have been crazy. Prayers going out to everyone. Please be safe. Hail just started in Helotes. Angela, if you wouldn't mind telling me how large that hail is, I'm willing to bet it's about pea to nickel size hail. I'm willing to bet it's smaller. Bill says, hail in Helotes right now. Yes, no more tornado warning. Laura says, yeah, that's right. No more tornado warning. No tornado warnings anywhere in South Texas. We do have severe thunderstorm warnings. Madeline is saying pea-size hail in Helotes. That's what I was thinking. Hailing in Helotes. Dennis says, yes, you can come out of the bathroom. Yes, you can come out of the bathroom now. It is safe to come out. We have no more reports of tornadoes. So if you're right now sitting in a hallway or sitting in your closet, it is safe to come out. I would not go out, do any driving right now. It's raining really hard. We still have the possibility for large hail, and it likely still have large hail closer within the 410 loop and really around the Leon Valley area stretching into Balcones Heights. We likely still have some large hail. So don't go out driving, but it's safe to not to come out of your safe area, that interior room of your home. Let's see here. Pea-size hail at 1604. Pleasanton is clear and dry. Yeah, nothing in the way of an issue there right now. Marble-size hail at Alamo Ranch. Pea-size hail by Bandera and Prue Road. Pea-size hail at 1604. Guys, I'm sorry I got the sniffles. I'm having a little bit of allergies myself. I'm sure that a lot of other us have been dealing with allergies recently, but I've had a little bit of allergies myself. Candy says, thank you, Lord, no tornado. And yeah, Candy, I agree. I hope that where that tornado warning moved through, where we had the confirmed tornado in western Medina County, I hope that we can find out that we made it through there without any damage to property and nobody being hurt. I hope we can find that out tomorrow morning. But let's hope that we can continue to make it through tonight and avoid any more damage than what we've already had, and make sure everybody stays safe. And of course, guys, I've talked about it multiple times, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying on here all the way throughout tonight. Bill Taylor, he's still in house too. He's not on TV right now because the tornado warning is over, but he's still in house. He's going to be getting ready for the 10 o'clock. He's right here even. He bought me a bottle of water.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks, man.
Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Tornado threat over, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you could really see that signature.
You could.
South of Hondo. At the
yeah, near Hondo, and then Castroville.
And Castro,
right
into Castroville, and that debris signature on the velocity.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was impressive. I haven't seen that, if I've ever seen it. I don't know when the last time was. It's been that long.
I just hope that we made it out of it without any injuries or too much damage. So
we will find out soon. But a lot of hail still out there, a lot of high winds. Can't believe the amount of storms in this atmosphere has been so volatile.
It's so volatile and turbulent. Just really a lot of severe weather out there today.
Incredible amount of energy. Yeah, just amazing. Well, great job, Andrew. Thank you.
So Bill right now is taking a little bit of a break. He's been on TV giving everybody updates, of course. He's still in house. He's not going anywhere. We got the whole team watching this. Meteorologist Megan Massey's watching this and keeping everybody updated from her house. And Bill Taylor, of course, in-house. He's going to be keeping everybody updated on TV throughout tonight, giving cut-ins in and out throughout the evening. And, of course, we have the 10 o'clock news. That's going to happen in about an hour. So we'll see him on the 10 o'clock news in about an hour. And he may cut in a few more times between now and then based off the hail reports and also the possibility for more tornadoes, because it's still possible. We have the tornado watch until 11 p.m. Let's hope, though, that we can make it through the rest of the evening without any more tornado warnings. So here's the this area in dark blue and purple near Callahan Road and 410. That's going to be where we have a quarter to ping pong ball size hail. This is moving into Balcones Heights. This is going to be really close to Ken's 5. So you see where Warsbach Road is and Babcock Road. And then you see where I-10 and 410 meet. This is going to be really close where the hail is. But I think the heart of this hail core is going to move into Balcones Heights. Just heavy rain right now and quarter-size hail at 1604 in Potranco. Can people in the 410 Ingram area get back on the roads and head home? I would say not right now. Hold off. Just hold off. Give it about 15 to 20 minutes. It's just you don't want to drive out in this and then end up in a bad situation where you're in heavy rain, flooding, and also large hail. Some hectic relative velocity south of Utopia. Let's go and take a look at that. So yeah, behind the storm, so nothing in the way of any issues there with a tornado there, because it's kind of behind the storm. It's in the wrong place for there to be a tornado to form, but definitely some crazy velocity signatures. Yeah, I totally agree. Anyone live near 410 and 90? My wife and I are on the road and are worried about our house. Hey, anybody near 90 and 410? Give Clay an update about the hail that moved through there. Let's take a look at hail reports. Let's see if we can get any local storm reports for the hail that's moved through at 410 and Highway 90. Clay, here's your update right here. So near 410 and Highway 90, let's see the size of hail they received. The answer is about 1 inch. So honestly, that's not too bad, Clay. It's still larger hail than what you want to deal with, but not awful. Not awful. Could be a lot worse, that's for sure. That's not a baseball size, at least. Large golf ball size hail, strong winds at Bandera and Eckert. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead over to Bandera and Eckert, guys, and let's take a look at hail. So there it is. Yep, we're seeing that too. Definitely some large hail in that area. That's going to be where the largest of the hail pretty much is right now. And that's going to be between Huebner and 410, where there's golf ball size hail. And that's moving towards Babcock Road. And then it's going to be moving towards Fredericksburg Road. So 345 right there, that's actually Fredericksburg. I was trying to get it to actually pop up the proper road name, but sometimes when you zoom in further, you can see that. And there's that golf ball size hail again in that dark blue. That's going to be what we're looking at right here. Leon Valley, seeing large hail. That's moving through Babcock Road, the medical center. About to see anywhere from quarter to golf ball size hail move through. That is for areas that are kind of central to southern parts of the medical center, closer to 410. And then it's going to continue to move across I-10 itself. I myself am hoping that this shrinks and the hail kind of goes away, because my car's outside, and that's where I'm located. But that's just something that you end up dealing with, guys. Sometimes it misses you, sometimes it hits you, and just be safe wherever you're at. Nobody be hitting the roads right now. It's just not safe to be out on, especially on 410 or I-10. If you're between downtown and 1604 and I-10, you're likely driving through hail right now. You don't want to be there. Don't do that to yourself. I'm going to be so late for work tomorrow, John says. Christy says, anything coming downtown area? Looks like the worst of it is going to miss downtown. That's good news. Jason says, someone save Andrew's car. No problem. Jason, I want everyone else to stay safe. My car will be okay. Honestly, a little bit of a ding here and there adds character. It's an older car. I like it to have a little character anyway. Albie says, stop touching your face. Albie, I'm sorry. I've got allergies. It happens. It happens. Just like anybody else gets allergies, I get allergies too. It's raining in Live Oak. Small hail at Bandera and 1604. All right, so we do have some small hail at Bandera at 1604. And then we also have the hail down just east of Castroville. Please help those dogs if you are able. What's going on with the dogs? Poor dogs tied up under a tree at neighbors in the dark, Calaveras area. Hey, yeah, help those dogs if you can. Man, I would hate to see that. I'm a dog person myself. Can we get a time update for New Braunfels? Yes, you can. Let's go ahead and do that. That's a good idea. Let's get a time update on all these storms. So this main storm that we've been dealing with, likely about to see some rain in New Braunfels. Let's go ahead and get a timeline on that. So the storm is moving kind of northeast. So downtown San Antonio, 902, pretty much less than 5 minutes or less away from that. Alamo Dome by 906, 909 for AT&T Center. You see New Braunfels, 923. So we're about less than 30 minutes away from this storm hitting New Braunfels. And that's going to be the heavy rain portion, not necessarily the hail. Hopefully the hail misses New Braunfels completely. China Grove by 930, McQueenie by 937, and Geronimo by the time we hit 942. Lavernia, Texas, question mark. The answer is yeah, I mean, you could see some of the southern portions of the storm, but I think it's basically going to miss you completely off towards the north. The airport area, yeah, heavy rain in the airport area right now. And it looks like the main area of hail associated with the storm is actually missing you maybe just off to the north in the airport area. So zooming down to where the airport's at, they're at 410 and 281. Looks like the larger hail could be missing you just off to the north. So looking out towards Callahan Road, I-10, Wurzbach Road. Looks like the hail's moving right over the station right now. And I want to bring back up radar, guys. You know, it's honestly been a while since we looked off to the west. Let's take a look at some of these other storms, too. You know, we got other severe thunderstorms out here. We got that one that's just east of Uvalde. Looks like Uvalde is now about to see some quieter conditions. We also have the one that's moving. That one's moving into parts of western Medina County. And then we also have the one, of course, here in Bexar County. Now, taking a quick look outside, guys, here in the medical center at Kent's 5, we definitely have a lot of heavy rain out there. I'm not seeing any hail myself out our back window, but I'm willing to bet there may be some small hail. I'm just not seeing it as well because I'm looking from kind of a distance, maybe some pea-sized hail. But we definitely have a lot of ponding in the parking lot. I'm willing to bet that's what I-10 looks like right now. We probably have a lot of ponding on the roadways across the region just because of all the heavy rain that we're dealing with. So 410 and 35 right now, you're probably seeing a lot of heavy rain there at the moment, at least starting to move in there. But nothing other than that. That's the good news. The rain is really starting to shrink. This storm is actually shrinking as a whole in Bexar County, so that's pretty good news. That's what we want to see. I'm going to zoom out, guys. I'm sorry for so much movement on the map here. I'm trying to get it to a point where I can kind of see all this stuff. You're seeing it in real time just like me, and I want to make sure that I get a good view of everything and I don't miss anything. So let's look at hail. This is the latest on the hail cores across the region. We still have a little bit of hail right at 410 and I-10, 410 and I-10 right now in San Antonio. They're on the northwest side, medical center area. And then we have another bout of hail that's down towards southeast Uvalde County. This is moving towards Highway 127. That's it. I don't see hail anywhere else. I want to zoom out even more, and I want to loop radar because I want to get an idea if we're seeing more storms form. It looks like we have a few storms in Edwards County, but they don't look to be as much of an issue. Something we're going to continue to watch, but the two troublemakers on the map right now are the ones that are right now in Uvalde moving into Medina County, and then the one in central Bexar County that continues to collapse as it moves closer and closer towards northeast Bexar County and near New Braunfels. It looks like it's collapsing. That's what we want to see. What about 410 and Culebra? Likely going to see a little bit of hail there, Miranda, to be honest. But honestly, you know what? Now looking at how things have weakened, it looked like they were going to see hail earlier, but it looks like the hail may pass you just to the north. I've seen a lot of questions about Converse tonight, so I'm going to zoom back into Converse. Likely seeing a little bit of rain down in there. Converse and the Windcrest area. Those are two spots we've heard a lot of questions about tonight. And you see some heavy rain, but hail, not as much of an issue. The hail's missing you to the west. But Converse and Windcrest getting a lot of heavy rain. And you still could see about pea-sized hail, but the main hail core, the larger hail, is going to miss you to the west. What about Hollywood Park? Well, Hollywood Park could end up seeing that hail core. Could end up seeing about quarter-size hail in parts of Hollywood Park. Guys, it's been a while since we looked at what the National Weather Service is having to say about everything. And honestly, I've been kind of logged out because sometimes the browser has a tough time staying logged in to the chat. I'm going to re-log in here real quick. That way I can have good conversation with the National Weather Service, keep in close contact with them because, you know, they're seeing things, we're seeing things, and when we talk together, it's kind of like when you're working with teammates to get a project done. We're all trying to make sure everybody stays informed on these storms. So we share information that we see with each other. I'm re-logging in here, guys, so excuse the silence here for a moment. Still watching the heavy rain move through. We still have the severe thunderstorm warnings in place for some spots. Having a tough time logging in. We got the 2 trouble storms, though, guys. Still that severe thunderstorm warning over towards Uvalde and Medina County. And then we have the severe thunderstorm warning in Bexar County. What happened to the hail, Juliet said? Well, the answer is the hail has really been weakening, or the storm has been weakening, and that's been allowing for the hail to kind of go away a little bit, which we like. We want to see that continue. Computer doesn't want to log me in. Well, sorry, guys. I'll try to continue to keep updated on that, though. So you saw where the storms were a lot bigger, and they kind of weakened as they made their way off to the east. And now we still have the heavy rain. We still have the strong storms associated in some spots, but definitely not as crazy as what it was a little bit earlier on. There's a look at what we have at this moment. You see still a lot of intense thunderstorms out there. Still have some larger hail in parts of Bexar County. Still have some larger hail down towards parts of Uvalde County into Medina County as these storms continue to move east at a pretty good pace. So I have a National Weather Service chat, even though it's not allowing me on that computer for some reason. I have it up on another one. And it looks like they're working on still that severe thunderstorm warning, saying that there's possibly a ping pong ball size hail and the storm that we're dealing with here in San Antonio. It looks like there was actually an issue with National Weather Service chat. They're actually talking about it, where there was a hiccup, and a lot of people have the issue that I'm actually having trouble with. So it's not actually my computer. It's actually within the chat itself, but looks like everything's running again pretty fine. So still have this severe thunderstorm warning for San Antonio. Looks like the stronger part of the storm is moving into northern Bexar County. This is going to be the Hollywood Park area. And yes, the stronger part of the storm is moving towards New Braunfels, but the storm does appear to be weakening, and I'm hoping that it will weaken all the way pretty much before it hits New Braunfels. Looking down towards southeast Uvalde County and southwest Medina County, we got another big thunderstorm down there. That one's pretty intense. We're going to see it continue to move east, and it will be heading towards areas south of Hondo. We're watching that close. I hope it continues to weaken and collapses before it can make it any further into any more populated areas. Seeing Norma saying the Lackland has the sirens going off. Norma, I'm not sure why they have the sirens going off. It may be because of the severe thunderstorm warning. They may also have the sirens going off because of a lot of lightning. There could be a little bit of flooding around the Lackland area due to the heavy rainfall that just occurred so quickly. Sometimes I know that areas will set off sirens due to flooding. There could be some localized flooding down there, and they may have sirens going off for that. That could be the answer. Right now, no tornado warnings, though. Did hail hit the airport? Cliff wants to know. Could have been a little bit of hail out there, but nothing too big. It looks like the larger hail core actually missed the airport to the west. Still getting hail on Marbach and Ellison area. So can I go get chips? My wife is yelling at me. I'm on Ingram and Calabria. I would just stay where you're at. I'm sorry, but it's best not to be out on the roads right now. They're closing a few of the floodgates out there in Alamo Heights. I'm not surprised. Like I said, localized flooding was going to be an issue, and we do have that. Let's see here. Any rain moving south? Monica, not really. Windcrest, question mark. The answer is yeah, you're seeing a pretty good thunderstorm move through right now. You are under a severe thunderstorm warning, but the worst of the storm, thankfully, is missing you off to the north and west. And man, we got some really strong wind outside the station right now. I'm going to take a look at radar on velocity real quick, guys. So we have a little bit of rotation over the Castle Hills area. Guys, I'm going to point this out. If you're in the Castle Hills area and Blanco Road, you're not under a tornado warning. But there's some pretty good rotation, even though it is broad, which lets us know that it's not as likely. But there's some broad rotation right there. And go ahead and get to your safe spot if you're on 281 around the airport area. Go ahead and get to the safe spot in your home and just sit around for a second. I'll let you know when it's safe to come out. There's no tornado warning right now, but I'm watching radar loop through, and there's definitely a little bit of rotation right there. And as soon as I said it was there, it looks like it's collapsing a little bit, but definitely something I'm going to keep a close eye on, guys. So that's going to be right around the airport. Now, again, no tornado warning. We do have the severe thunderstorm warning in place. We do have hail associated with this. The hail, man, the hail has really gone down. We're talking nickel-size hail. We do have strong winds moving through too, though. A lot of heavy rain with this storm in Bexar County. This Bexar County storm, though, guys, it is falling apart. So that's the good news. It is really falling apart. This one that's south of Uvalde and Highway 90, though, and heading south of Hondo, still holding together. I'm going to see what the National Weather Service has to say about anything, just to see if they're seeing the same stuff that I am. I'm a little tied up here with our cord. There we go. Talking about the storms in Medina County weakening. So those ones that we were talking about off to the west that were also putting down large hail, looks like they've weakened. Just took a pretty good lightning strike out here at the station. And reports of half-inch size hail out at Marshall High School. So it gives you an idea what other people are seeing as far as the hail sizes are concerned. So this Bexar County storm is really weakening, guys. I'm going to switch on down to this storm that's located kind of in southeast Uvalde County and moving into just northeast of Batesville and going to pass just north of Pearsall. It's not going to hit Pearsall. I think it's going to pass just north of there. Still a pretty intense storm. Could have up to quarter to even golf ball size hail. And it's moving off towards the east. I think it will pass north of Pearsall. Divine, though, and Lytle. This could come towards you, even though you're not in the severe thunderstorm warning. It still could come towards you. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, guys, because I want to get another look at some storms further to the west. Looks like we have a pretty good storm that's going to pass just north of Del Rio and head up towards Rock Springs. Let's hope that one falls apart, too. It's got a little bit of a right move to it, though, so it could be a little bit more on the strong side.